Hey guys, welcome back to Cajun Horror Talk. I'm Jake.
And Ross.
And Todd.
Today we're talking about the Halloween recap. None of Rob Zombie shit. We only talking about the original movies based off of John Carpenter stuff. So fuck a beer, fuck a cup of coffee. We're drinking whiskey, so let's talk some shit.
Michael.
What?
Yeah.
All right, guys, the Halloween recap. Happy Halloween to everybody out there.
Happy fuckers.
We got our buddy Todd in here. We'll also call him TJ.
And
That's
big
right.
shout out. This is going to be our first actual Halloween
Podcast.
this is going to be a really first Halloween podcast.
First one we actually dropped on Halloween.
So we figured
I'm kind of honored.
nothing fitting more than the Halloween franchise.
That's it.
Let's
That's
talk
it.
some shit, guys.
All right, so everybody knows Halloween created by the great John Carpenter.
Late
Yes.
Also Deborah Hill, rest in peace.
Of course, rest in peace.
You know, she had a lot to do with it also in the first and second.
Donald
Created the
Pleasance.
characters.
Donald Pleasance, rest in peace.
man.
Yeah, man, really missed.
You made my childhood fucking amazing.
Right? He made me want to be British.
Exactly. I want to.
Unfortunately, I was not allowed.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna find out from Todd that
This is first time watching all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was my first time watching all of them except the first one. I watched the first one when I got close with Jay.
Yes.
I watched the first one because he loved them so much.
Oh, they're amazing. I'm a big fan.
And I think I've said this before. When I was a kid, these were the only movies that scared me.
Yeah, it was the realism.
I blame my mother, Mom. I know you're watching.
Good job, Noah.
That
You scared him.
I remember her telling me when we watched watched it the first time that you know what's scary about Michael Myers is that Jason came back from the dead, so you know he's not real.
Yeah.
Freddy attacks you in your dreams. That's not real.
Supernatural.
Michael is a guy who's just too dumb to know he can't be that strong.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he could be real.
could definitely be real.
Terrorized me until I was probably 16 years old.
See, but from watching the movies, I wouldn't call him dumb, but we'll talk about that.
He's definitely not dumb.
Not just not
He's
being
a
dumb.
he's a big dumb chimp that wants to kill things. Hurt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call him dumb. I would
Oh, no,
dumb.
he's-
I would
he
call
is-
him a berserker. I'd call him a
Yes,
juggernaut.
yes.
He's
But he's
strategic.
realistic. Except for, I mean, a couple of
think-
times in the series, but
Well, yeah, there was a couple.
We'll get
of
to
things
it,
there and
but
there.
I really think Michael Myers just suffers from Bane syndrome.
Nice.
With
Nicely
Batman
done.
and Robin, you know, and even the newer movie with Batman, the what was it, Rise of the Dark Knight?
yeah,
The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. Hang on a
Bane-
second. Your nerd is showing.
Yeah, I know, right? Bane, he suffers from this thing with movies where they always make him out to be this dumb juggernaut, but in the
He's
comics,
not.
he was just
He
this
was super
smart
intelligent.
guy. And they really do him wrong, and I think Michael's the same way. You see these glimpses throughout all the movies of this really crazy intellect that he has.
And you
I
know
like
what it is
it. I
too?
do
I,
like it.
I think what it hurts him is he's one of the ones who doesn't talk.
Yeah,
I think
but I think that makes him smarter.
And
That actually makes him scarier.
But his intellect would be shown more if he actually talked. This doesn't
Yeah.
take away from his intelligence, but his intellect would be shown more if he actually spoke.
Yeah.
But I think that makes him smart because, I mean, if you're going to go around killing everybody, you need to stay the fuck quiet.
Terrorizing the hell out of everybody. Like,
Yeah.
fuck it. There's no reason. I'm just killing you.
And okay, so
I'm just killing you.
first things first, let's touch on the big thing with
I
Halloween.
never touch on the big thing. I try to stay away from it
My
as
wife
much as I
does.
can. Does she?
Yes.
That's what's up. Good job.
She sometimes strokes it, rubs it,
If you're lucky.
loves on it.
Yeah, she's sleeping right now. Not happening, buddy. Drink a little bit more of that. Get some whiskey dick. We'll see what happens.
We're drinking whiskey, guys. This is our second.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, this is our second buzzed podcast. We're more buzzed this time than drunk. The Zombievers one was
Little
more
bit.
drunk.
Hey, I was very drunk for that one. I
Yeah.
apologize to all my fans, all the both of you.
All the both of you.
all the
I'm
both of
being
you.
completely honest. I listened to Zombievers and it was almost I couldn't understand anything.
I was very much slurring. I didn't know what the
For
fuck
someone
was
who
going on.
knows y'all and talks to y'all almost every day, like it was very entertaining.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I was very
I'm just
intoxicated
saying
for that one.
You said all the both of your fans. I'm just
All the both of them.
one of them's 35 years old, lives in his mom's basement. And he digs in his belly button
You
regularly.
know what? Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you.
If there is someone
I
like
applaud.
that, then I'm sure they're sorry.
We'll just call
They just
him
won't
Greg.
say it.
Applaud.
now-
What you do is when you dig in your belly button and you pull out that lint that comes from the inside of your shirt, I want you to jar that shit and send it to us at CajunHorrorFans@gmail.com, and it'll be opened by Jay. That'll be his early Christmas present.
I don't
from
know
me.
if you know this, but you can't send a jar of lint to an email
Through
address.
email, no.
You can
Y'all
send a
need a
picture.
P.O.
You can
box.
send pictures of it. We don't have a mailing address yet.
Guys, y'all need a P.O. box.
I don't want a
really
P.O.
bad.
box.
I think it would be
Could you
so
imagine the
entertaining.
shit that the few fans we have would send to us?
I feel like
Oh, man, it'd be
we're-
great.
I feel
We
like
love you, so I cut off 16 of my eyelashes and put them in a jar.
I was gonna say a bloody dildo. We're gonna get a bloody dildo.
It'd be great until y'all get a finger.
I think it's some kind of mob warning. We need to stop, guys. I think it's a warning. Anyway, we are talking Halloween.
Wait,
Right.
I want to get on the first
oh, he's putting his hand down. Serious.
the first part of what I want to talk about tonight, the mask, and how
Oh, the
important it
mask.
is to every movie.
It makes a lot of difference whenever
Okay.
you're picturing Michael Myers, what mask he is coming at you with.
'Cause
And let's just-
obviously-
right away, can we just go ahead and throw out the CGI mask?
Yeah, fuck the CGI mask.
Fuck the CGI.
Which one had the CGI mask?
H2O.
H2O.
When he killed
I
the
didn't
kid,
notice.
when he killed the kid from
Oh.
Jumanji.
I actually found that H2O was.
Oh, search
H2O CGI mask?
Yeah. Remember when he killed the kid from Jumanji?
Yeah.
They went back and reshot that footage.
And
By the way, guys, Todd just recently watched these, so he only watched them once, so we have to go back
Right.
and
Yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of recap.
There it
Well,
is,
I wrote
right here.
notes and
This
things
one right
so
here.
that I
Yeah.
would.
You can-
Oh shit! Yeah.
And you probably didn't even recognize it inside of the movie whenever
Well, it was
going.
probably probably such a quick shot.
It was a flash. It was going
I
really
didn't
fucking
notice.
quick. But when you go back and look, where's it at? Right here.
Okay.
You could tell how
Yeah.
fucking CGI that mask is.
Yeah.
It is
because
fucking ridiculous.
actually H2O was one of the better ones to me, but I
enjoyed
didn't
it.
notice
I like
that.
H2O.
Okay, real quick. We're all talking over each other. But one thing you'll notice, eat a dick, Ross. One thing you'll notice as you become more of a fan of these movies when you go back and watch them, like H2O was one of my favorites until I went back and watched it so many times.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
And I was like, oh, they did this.
Yeah.
Oh, they did that. And there were several things I didn't like about. One thing I didn't like about H2O was the many times the mask changed.
It changed multiple times in the fucking
Yeah,
movie.
I kind of did notice that.
You
when
got
I
the
watched
alien
it.
mask, which
And
you see
Josh
right here.
Hartnett, he never brushed his hair the entire film. The entire fucking film. He never did. There was no
Yeah.
gel available
No,
in that
no,
fucking
definitely.
in that
Nobody had a brush, nobody had a comb.
no.
So yeah, Jay actually got with me. So it's Sunday now, Saturday now.
Yeah.
It's
But
Saturday.
he got with me last Sunday and called me and was like, "Hey, have you ever seen any of the Halloween movies?" I'm like, "Yeah, the first one, that was it." He's like, "Okay, well, can you come
you're
on the
gonna
show and
binge
watch
watch
them
the
all?"
You're gonna
Yeah,
binge watch
sure, why
everything.
not? So I watched them all literally from the Monday all the way to now, which is technically Saturday, but it was Friday when I
Yeah.
finished 2018.
Yeah.
And
That's
it was
one
very
hell of a
hard to
run.
get through some of them.
It's a hell of a run.
It was. I think it was impressive that I
I'm
watched them all
proud
up
of you.
to
I'm
now.
proud of you. I really am.
And I know we're getting off topic, a little off topic.
Drink
but,
a little more.
Yeah, eat a dick. But because I'm such a fan, even the shitty ones,
I still love
I
it.
enjoy.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. But okay.
That was a long fucking. That
So
was a
here's-
moment of silence. Jesus Christ! What are you about to say?
Okay, here's my thing: is as far as horror is concerned. So I didn't grow up watching horror movies. I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I still didn't watch horror movies.
Yeah.
I thought they were kind of stupid.
I think I changed
Up
that.
until
I think,
a
yeah.
little bit, yeah. Up until
you and
I
I
was in
worked,
my early 20s.
you and I worked together.
Yeah, I started watching some horror movies. I watched probably the first horror movie I ever watched was Nightmare on Elm Street 1 with a friend of mine from high school, and I was 16.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch them when I was younger. I didn't watch them up as far as that one was concerned. I watched that when I was 16. And I didn't watch another horror movie that I can remember up until I was probably 19, 20 years
It's
old.
actually a good one to start off on. He's a
Yeah, it
really
really
good
is,
horror
yeah.
icon.
I watched Nightmare on Elm Street, the entire series, right before I watched this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting the big dogs.
So
out
I'm
of the
starting
way.
to, yeah.
Which was going to put you right on par to get with Friday the 13th whenever we start doing that shit.
Well,
too.
here's what I'm starting to realize about myself is that I'm more of a sci-fi / fantasy fan when it comes to horror.
Fair enough.
Alien is one of my favorite horror series.
Yeah,
Alien
Alien's
was
pretty
great. I enjoyed the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Yeah.
I actually did. I liked the fantasy aspect of it. I thought it was
I
great.
did. We tore it apart a little
Halloween,
bit.
I have a love-hate relationship with now. Thanks, guys.
And the fucked up thing is, he didn't even watch Rob Zombie's version.
No.
He
I
didn't even
actually
see-
did. I watched
my
it
God.
6 months ago. I watched it when
You watched
a while back.
both of them?
I watched 1 and about half of 2. I never actually finished it.
Nobody did. Did you get to the fucking unicorns?
I did not. I must
there's-
have stopped before then because I don't remember it, and I imagine that would be
There-
really memorable.
You're remembering the unicorns. That's
Yeah.
not something you
I
forget.
actually enjoyed the first Rob Zombie movie.
Okay, from your entire take of the whole Halloween franchise, what would be your biggest takeaway moment? What was the moment that stuck out to you the most from every fucking thing that happened?
Ooh.
When
Yeah.
Jamie killed, well,
I was like,
quote unquote.
I have an idea.
Okay, so when Jamie stabbed her stepmom was the biggest one for
when
me.
Jamie Lloyd stabbed her stepmom
Oh.
with
That
the
was the
scissors,
biggest one for me.
That was
honestly.
at the end of Halloween 4, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
probably my favorite moment.
Because
Because
you thought the series was about to take a drastic turn to where it was
Yeah,
gonna,
I was really impressed with 4. All around.
I enjoyed
four.
four.
I loved 4.
I did.
4
Four is actually-
has to be, besides 2018, because 2018 to me was the
2018
best.
was fucking
Yeah.
legit.
Which is kind of sad for a franchise that went all those movies before now.
Well,
Yeah.
the issue with that is the franchise, as it goes now, they would actually negate everything from 2 to Resurrection, and it would
Right.
take off from originally 1, which is how the series should have actually taken off. 2018
Yeah.
should have been the next fucking series.
Yeah,
It should have been that
Okay,
stuff.
so 2018. I'm gonna take 2018 out for a minute and say that 4 was my favorite.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it
Like-
all on a date.
As far as the original series was concerned, number
Like-
4 was
Number
the
4
best
was
to me.
really good.
Like
I
Todd
enjoyed
says, though, as we all know, I'm a huge Halloween fan. I'm a fucking uber Halloween fan.
I am too. You and I, that's one of our big
Yeah.
fucking get-tos. We love Halloween.
I do have a love-hate relationship with Halloween because even the shitty movies, it added to the lore, and it just gave you you got more Michael. You know what I mean?
yeah.
There were aspects-
I get it.
even
There were
the shitty
aspects I
ones-
loved about the shitty movies.
Yes.
There really were aspects that I was like, wow, that is a really good idea, but horrible execution.
Yeah.
There was
That
a
was my
lot of
problem. A love-hate relationship.
there was
just
a
like,
lot of
man,
really bad execution in
this
this
is
motherfucker.
great. This is a really good story, but it's done so horribly.
But can we all agree that you can almost gauge the movie by how good or bad The Mask was?
I would say so because I think that I rate number 1 very highly up.
Yes and no, because
2018 's high
H2O
up.
wasn't that
But
great.
H2O's regular mask. Go scroll down. I'll
H2O
show you
in the original, whenever they just started, before it was a hang on, it's loading. Before it was changed multiple times. See this mask right here? It's fucking ridiculous. The
Yeah.
eye holes are way too fucking big.
But
Is this the one?
At one point, no, that's, not,
the
it.
one.
No,
That's the
that
big
can't
eye
be it.
ones.
No,
Oh,
that's-
that's bad.
But that's all. This is just from H2O. That's all
scroll
the
up
masks
right
from
here.
just H2O.
That one right there. That's the one that he used mostly.
Yeah.
It was the one with you like
Where he borrowed Josh Hartnett's hair from the
yeah,
the
he had
previous.
the fro a little bit.
Yeah.
That mask wasn't all that bad. It really wasn't.
No, I get that. But
Especially
there was
when using shadow.
I
Why-
would say
my
the
thing-
worst mask was probably 6.
5.
6.
6 was fantastic.
was
I'm
awesome.
sorry, not 6. 5. I meant 5. I'm
You-
sorry.
you
5
can
was
fuck
probably the
off and
worst.
all.
No, I was wrong. Look, it's all kind of blending together.
I
I've
get it.
watched
You
them
watched
over
them all
5
in a week.
days. Okay.
Yeah.
Five's mask is pretty rough.
Five's mask looked
Six
like Bill
mask-
Gates on a fucking meth bender.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
6
That's the one I
mask
was
was
thinking of.
very menacing. It was very
Six's mask is one of my
evil
favorite.
looking. I
And
love it.
6
Six-
wasn't bad. 6 wasn't a bad movie.
6 was the editing.
Yeah.
You
That's
mean?
the only
Yeah.
thing you could take away from it.
Yeah, it really is. The story was a little shit, but Michael was fucking menacing in that movie.
Michael, okay,
Oh
so
god,
6
yeah, he was.
6 was really good up until the last 20 minutes, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I really do agree with that.
Now, Ross disagreed with me on this. We talked about this earlier. The Man in Black, I was okay with him.
The Man in
Yeah.
Black was ridiculous.
I was okay with it. It was after that.
Yeah.
It was from the time that they entered the hospital on.
Yeah.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Paul Rudd, was awesome.
Dude, Paul Rudd's
thank
awesome
you.
in almost
Paul Rudd
anything,
was
though.
great. I
Him
loved
playing
him.
Tommy Doyle, Paul Rudd's pretty much.
I
great in
love that
anything
he
fucking does.
continuously beat Michael at the end.
Yeah.
No matter what, he was going to make sure he was dead. Now, he wasn't dead,
Of course not.
but he
never
wanted to make
fucking
sure he
dies.
was dead. I loved that.
Mask wise, okay, let's rank masks real quick.
I got a little picture pulled up of all the different Michael Myers masks
Ranking
going on in
mask.
the
I mean,
background.
in my
Dude, is it just me
opinion,
that does 5 just fucking stick out?
5 sticks out like a sore thumb. 5 sticks
Like a
out.
sore bum.
Five's the one in the
All in the
left
left.
corner.
Yes.
Second to the left,
That was the one that was never fucking tucked in.
the pure white one.
The pure white
Yeah.
one is 4.
That's
top.
That's 4, really?
That's 4.
Second
Yes.
from the left on the top.
It must have looked really good on him at the time.
It-
'Cause
you know
looking
what?
at the mask without anyone in them, I mean, that
It
one
made-
sticks out like a sore
it made fucking
sore
sense.
thumb.
You often hear it called the Data mask.
Yeah.
The
You remember,
Data-
you remember Data from Star
Data
Trek?
from Star Trek,
He
man.
does look like Data.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's often called a Data mask.
He's Data doing whiteface.
Can we all agree, though, that the best mask was 1?
1 was absolutely the best
Are you
mask. but
counting
it's probably
2018?
Because
Yeah.
yeah.
I think 2018.
No, 1 was because it was that iconic first introduction to
You're
Michael
wrong.
Myers. You're wrong.
Oh, okay, hold on.
and I'm
Before
gonna
we
tell you why.
hold on. Before we continue, let me. Okay, so I didn't grow up with these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's that nostalgia, dude.
I'm, and
He's-
just
you're
like I talked
impartial.
about, just like I talked about Bane syndrome, I'm gonna consider this. I don't know what to call it, but nostalgia syndrome. I didn't grow up with them.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm unbiased, but at the same time, I am kind of biased towards production value.
Okay, and I
agree
get
with that. We
I'll
talked
agree
And
with
I'll be
that.
honest about that and say I'm biased
Look,
towards
the-
production
the
value. So
2018
2018 was freaking awesome.
The 2018
Yeah,
mask
to me.
was awesome, but the 2018 mask was supposed to be a weathered mask from the original
Now,
fucking version.
Yeah.
it was what
because
the
I
intent
had
was.
because I had to watch these movies in 5 days, I actually didn't go back and watch number 1.
Yeah.
I did not. I
Yeah,
watched
you're
2 through 2018.
Which I mean,
Yeah.
the story's pretty much self-explanatory.
So
from the
I can
first
only
one.
go
It's a
off
babysitter
of
murders.
right. So I can only go off of what I remember from 1 in my initial reaction to
Yeah.
1. 1 was not scary to me.
1 is the loneliest number, and I'm going to tell you why.
You're divorced?
One
1 was not impressive to me.
My divorce weighs heavily on this decision right here. No, 1 is because it's that iconic first introduction to Michael. It's
Right,
where
right.
I was first introduced to Michael. It's the Michael that I grew up like, God damn it, would you go back to the fucking mask they had in 1? This was the original
One-
William Shatner mask that was painted fucking white because it was a low production value, and they were just going for whatever they can find. So they got this William Shatner mask and they spray painted the bitch white. It still had these,
Which is a great idea.
These imperfections and things that you can see on the fucking mask that made that realistic look to where it was like, man, this motherfucker doesn't care.
Now,
It
which one?
really did.
Which one in this picture is 1? Can you tell me?
Let's see.
Hang on, let's see. This is, I actually think it's this one.
Is it?
I believe it is.
I think so, yeah.
I believe
Okay.
that's
That is-
I
that's
believe
pretty
number
good.
1,
Yeah.
right there.
So
Pull up a picture. Pull up the a picture of him in episode 1.
yeah,
In-
do that.
Not episode 1. that's
While
Star
he's
Wars.
doing that, I'd like to
Episode
explain
1.
Get Jar Jar. Me some Michael Myers.
So I'm a big sci-fi fan. I was never a big horror fan up until the last few years. But with number 1, I would like to explain it like this.
Scroll down.
My wife, I explained to my wife not long ago that she needed to watch the Matrix series.
Yeah.
She watched Matrix 1.
That's not it.
That is not the mask from 1.
Scroll down.
This is a mask from 1.
She watched Matrix 1 and was like, oh, I've seen all of that before. It really wasn't that good. But Matrix was the first one to do all that shit. So in the same way she considered that, I would consider Halloween like that. I watched the original Halloween and was like, oh, I've seen all this shit before. It's just a regular slasher movie. But it was the first one.
Go to the one where it's side by side. That kind of bothers me.
It bothers me a lot.
Oh, that's messed
The original Michael Myers
I've
mask.
seen that before,
Yeah.
though.
Michael
Poor
Myers and
Mariah
Mariah
Carey.
Carey.
Poor
Yeah,
Mariah Carey.
It does.
Does it bother anyone else that his initials are Eminem?
Eminem?
Michael Myers.
Eminem.
Oh, but-
Marshall Mathers.
oh, okay. I
Michael
thought you were
Myers.
saying like the middle name was in. I didn't know they ever mentioned.
No, his middle name is Audrey.
His name is Audrey. Yeah.
Audrey.
Audrey. Michael Audrey.
Michael
Myers.
Audrey Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder he became
We did a whole
serial
thing on
killer.
this.
I don't know. You didn't know that. Yeah, that's
We did a whole thing.
Aubrey.
Oh no, I just watched all the movies.
I mispronounced.
We
it.
just did a
Aubrey.
whole thing on all of this for
Jason's middle name is
can't-
Charles.
No.
That's not as
Freddie.
Freddie's middle name is Charles. Jason.
Yes.
Oh no, Jason
Yes.
was Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Montgomery. Wow.
We don't know if that's true. That was a fan check thing. Freddie Charles Kruger. Frederick Charles Kruger.
Yes, I saw that when I
But
watched the Freddie movies.
Michael Aubrey Myers was a real fucking person.
Aubrey. Wow. Okay.
Aubrey.
So
I don't
okay.
miss Aubrey. How you doing?
All right.
Favorite kill.
Favorite kill. Ooh. Okay, we're going favorite kill. You know what? I'm gonna let you go because you're more recent in this.
That's gonna take me a minute, so y'all, because I just watched them all. I got to think back.
I know, but which one stuck out like a motherfucker? My favorite kill, hands down, 2018, the cop in the patrol car where he made a
No.
fucking jack-o'-lantern.
No. That's aftermath. I want to talk about
Oh,
on-screen kill.
You don't want to talk about setup after the fucking
No,
kill. You
we're
wanna
talking
talk
about that after.
You want to talk about
On-screen
kill
kill.
itself? On-screen kills? Okay.
My favorite is Bob
Bob.
in the original.
Bob.
The boyfriend. Where he sticks him to the wall.
Okay.
And you get the famous
Ooh,
head tilt.
God, yeah,
I
that's a
remember
good
that, yeah.
one. That is
a good one.
Because that's a moment that's forever known for Michael Myers when he does
The artistic head tilt where he's kind of
Really?
admiring his
Autistic?
work. Artistic. I said artistic. I will play that back, sir. I said artistic.
Man,
You
I don't-
did say autistic.
You say
I said
on-screen kill.
artistic. Jesus
You say
Christ.
on-screen kill, but the ones that stick out to me most are the ones that don't. He doesn't kill on screen, but you see the aftermath. So, for instance,
I want on. We'll talk about aftermath after.
Okay.
I want on-screen kills. You get some good ones. Brady.
I was thinking about Brady, but I'm not sure
Where
if
he crushes
he's
his
gonna go with
head?
my fucking favorite.
yeah,
though.
maybe it's just I don't know. The one that sticks out to me the most, oddly enough, was H2O when Laurie's boyfriend gets killed.
Oh,
Because he was shaking and it was so realistic.
doing that.
And it
the
seemed-
shudder.
and it
we
didn't
talked about
show
that.
it.
We did. We talked about that in the Rob Zombie
And
version.
but he was like lifting the knife up through his back.
Yeah,
And it was making him shake so violently.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
realistically, it just kind of stuck with me. Like, wow, that would really suck.
I'm really trying to think of one of my favorite ones.
I wouldn't say it was
I know-
a favorite.
I know
It was
it's
just
not
what
gonna be.
stuck out to me.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think of which one actually like on-screen kills because a lot of it you always deal with the aftermath. You don't actually see the.
I
fucking
could tell you
kill.
which one fucked
I'm
with
thinking
me.
your girl in the fucking hot tub where he turned the heat up and he pushed the head
Oh
back and forth.
yeah,
That was
Yeah.
really fucking gruesome.
Okay.
I really
was-
like that.
yeah,
one. That was a
that was
fucking
crazy.
That was a crazy.
There are
fucking
two
kill.
that stuck with me.
That one was
I say-
like, oh no, and you
Yeah.
like turn away,
And
but
you
then
see her
you
face
turn
peeling and
back
shit.
and it's just not over.
Yeah,
It's just never over.
Here's the thing. There's two others that stuck with me. I say Bob because that's the most iconic.
Yeah, the head
that's
tilt
fair.
thing's a real fucking thing.
Two that stuck with me. One is your girl when her and your boy have sex in the bedroom with all the candles lit,
Yeah.
and in 6, and he comes in and just fucks her up with a knife.
In 6?
When
Yeah.
she's looking through the camera and looking at the girl in the bedroom, and she goes, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, someone's in the room with you,"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and he's just fucking just beating the piss out of her with a knife.
Yeah, you're right. That was a pretty.
That's a
was-
gruesome
yeah.
ass kill.
Yeah.
That
The
was
other
pretty
one
rough.
that stood out to me, and that's my brother, my older brother Jai. Thank you, Jai, because you fucked me up for life with this.
Good job.
I remember being a kid and telling my brother's like, Michael Myers will come get you,
Yeah.
and I tell him I'm not worried about it. It's daytime, and he told me I'll never forget this. He looked at me in the face and goes,
the daytime kill.
"Tell that to the mom
Yeah.
that he killed with the axe."
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
That's very true.
yeah.
Running through the back with all the fucking laundry and everything.
Yeah.
That
that
happened.
was a good
That
one.
fucked with me as a kid because most killers you see kill people at
At night. And
Well, yeah.
a broad
I mean-
daylight fucking kill sticks out like a sore thumb.
Jason never killed anyone during the day, as far as I
trying to
know.
think.
I'm trying to think if he did or not. We're going to be
Maybe
doing the
I
Friday
didn't
the
watch all
13th
of them. I'll
franchise.
probably watch them.
I'm really
all
trying to think of a
while
kill
y'all
during
are
the day.
watching them.
If you count the never hike alone, never
Yeah.
Like in the winter, which
I mean,
is
it is
considered-
It counts.
it's considered canon. in
Well,
the
we're about
universe right
to
now.
hit that franchise,
We're
so
gonna-
we'll
yeah,
know.
we're gonna
But
do
Freddy
something
kills
on that.
everybody in their sleep, so it's
Yeah, so
nighttime.
as long as you're not
Hey.
sleeping during the day, you're
Some of
fine.
them, but they fall asleep in the day. Some of them fall
But
asleep
yeah.
in the middle of a fucking pool.
Now Chucky's killed some people during the day.
Fuck Chucky.
But it's Chucky.
Yeah, so I'm not really
fuck
fucking where I'll
Chucky.
punt that little bitch.
Off tangent. Chucky, I'm never scared of
No,
because he's
I
so
will
tiny.
fucking kick that
Like,
little bastard.
yeah, he can be throwing a butcher knife at me, but I can just hold him like this.
Yeah, grab him by the head, like
It'll be fine.
Stop it.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Stop it.
Take the knife from him. No,
I
bitch.
probably put him in a cage and keep him as a pet.
I swear to
Right.
God, I will enslave you at the Wonka factory. You get the fuck away from me.
He's like my own little personal Ewok.
I will
yeah.
I'll
fucking
dress him as a
sell
Ewok.
you. I will sell you to the Wonka factory.
All right, so
But no,
That's
but,
one of my favorite
but that's
kills. Is
what
the
I
fucking-
like
the
that.
hot
It's-
tub kill.
okay,
It's
yeah.
broad
the hot tub
daylight.
kill was good.
Oh, but hot tub.
That was good.
Okay,
You know what's
we're-
really fucked up?
We're
We're
gonna be
talking
getting
about
this one in like 11 weeks.
Yeah.
What was weird about the hot tub kill though, and I mean for that time period, so that was what 1979, 1980.
78.
I want.
No,
No,
81.
well, it took place in 78,
81,
but it was
81.
like okay,
81.
Yeah.
the makeup coming from
Very
the water
effects.
up, from the water
Very well.
up, from the water up.
I would
was
like to-
really good.
I would like to point out that all three of us sat here on this fucking podcast as big of Halloween fans as you and I are, and how you're becoming a horror fan. Nobody mentioned as one of the greatest kills in this fucking franchise would be the leading Scream Queen in Halloween Resurrection.
Okay, I have thoughts on that, and I'm pissed off about it.
Okay, I knew I was going to stir up a little bit of controversy. He finally killed Laurie
Was
Strode.
it a good kill? Yeah, it was a good kill.
No, it wasn't.
It was a memorable kill.
It was memorable.
That was the fucking climax, giggity.
I love
of
her
her
line.
fucking franchise.
Was it cliche? Yeah, a little
Absolutely.
bit. Yeah.
She kissed his mask and got stabbed and fell.
But you
to her
know
death.
what? I'll see you in hell.
He did a
What
two,
else do you say to that motherfucker?
He did a 2-finger pull up. You're not seeing him in hell.
He jugged her in
Can
the
we
kidneys
mention?
and dropped her.
Hey,
Yeah.
can I mention the fact? Right,
You don't know she died.
Yeah, it's assumed. It's implied.
my favorite times, not favorite kills, but favorite Michael Myers moments were when he was doing those one-handed pull-ups. He did that so many times.
It wasn't when he went shopping for
And
fresh
it was-
oregano in Resurrection.
It was always, it was so
These are-
impressive
these-
though.
These
Yeah.
herbs are
It
fresh.
really was. Like if a serial killer, that was his MO, I'd be impressed.
Yeah, he could do some fucking pull-ups, man.
Like
That
you're,
was buff.
but not just the pull-up itself, but the fact that he's hiding himself up in the rafters
Yeah, but then I
and
just
nobody sees him.
and then pulling
He's
himself
right there.
down by one hand so he can hold the butcher knife in the other.
Here's my
That's a
problem with
gangster
that.
motherfucker. I'm
That's
telling you.
badass, bruh.
Here's my problem with that though, because I just picture him waiting there like the vultures on Jungle Book.
Singing like the Beatles-esque music in his head.
Hey, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bo, 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 bo. Yeah, he's just like fucking bobbing up and down, like Deadpool at the top of a bridge.
Yeah.
He just lowers
so great.
himself down.
Portion of why I won't
I loved
give
it.
that why I won't give that kill any credit because it was part of Resurrection, and I fucking hate Resurrection.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something right now that you need to hear, but all of our fucking audiences. Michael Myers is not a soundbite. He's a killer. And baggy
What
ass
was up with
overalls.
that? Busta Rhymes is crazy.
Busta Rhymes straight up swept the leg Johnny, this motherfucker.
On one hand, I enjoyed Resurrection in a different way.
It was fun.
Was it a good movie?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
It was dangertainment, man.
That's the best way to describe it, sadly
dangertainment.
enough. But like Busta Rhymes not dying whenever Michael Myers comes up to him.
Trick or treat,
And then taking
motherfucker.
orders like, you go to the back room. And
Yeah.
Michael Myers just walks away like a
Get
sad
the fuck
puppy.
out of here.
Like a hoe.
Yeah.
Like,
Michael
why?
Myers turned straight
Who
bitch.
thought when that happened, hey, Michael Myers is going to be taken seriously right now? No,
no,
not a
not-
single person.
Not even a little bit.
Dude,
No.
here
And that's my
done it.
problem with number 6.
really. Oh,
Really?
because he's taking orders. That was
Okay.
my issue.
Not so much
Okay.
that he's taking orders. That's where I come with the.
I don't think that he was taking orders.
It's
I
not
think he
so
was-
much. No. Not,
were
not
allowing
taking
him.
orders. Not taking orders, but he suffers from the Bane syndrome. He's by the story of 6. He takes the role from being the main villain,
Yeah.
the guy,
Yeah, he's
to
a flunky.
being just a juggernaut.
He's the
taking
muscle.
orders.
And you know what?
Not taking orders. That's not the right word.
He's
but
the
I will
that's the
take
best way to
I
come
will
up
take
with
a
it
page
is-
out of your book from that whenever you spoke earlier with your DC knowledge and talking about shit in The Dark Knight Rises, whenever Bane is built up to be this fucking super genius the entire
But
time.
he's not the main
Yeah.
bad
and then
guy.
you find out that it's actually Talia al
And the
Ghul.
sad part is in that movie, he's not. It's not that it takes away from his genius, but it does at the same time.
But it does downplay
It doesn't
what
change
his
him as
role
a
in the movie.
character, but it's just like, oh man.
I was like, it wasn't his.
Yeah.
It just downplays his role in
Same
the
thing
movie.
for Michael Myers in
I
number
get
6.
that.
I love number 6 up until you realize
That he's not the main bad
that
guy.
he's not the guy.
No, there's
Yeah.
a whole fucking cult behind him.
Yeah.
It's great.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I would have been okay with a cult being behind him as long as he was the mastermind.
yeah.
Like
I get that.
I have been waiting for that
But you can't have him be a mastermind because cults typically have leaders who are very
Charismatic.
yeah.
and this is getting
he's
a little
not.
off topic, but like
Thank you for
that's
cutting
one of
me
the
off
things.
to say charismatic. That
I'm
was
sorry.
fucking that was gold, by the way. That was great.
But like in
They
the
say
cult,
this word.
the Chucky movies. So like the Cult of Chucky, one of
Yeah.
the best things I loved about that movie was that all these people are doing the same thing and becoming this cult.
They were minions of Charles.
And I really wish they would have taken advantage of that with Michael Myers, and other people who wanted to kill for pleasure would have
Yeah.
started donning the same mask.
And they would have idolized him and started
And-
doing some stuff to kind of represent Michael Myers and just go forth, and you have this fucking army of
right.
Michael Myers. I could see that.
And that was the one thing I was waiting for this entire 8-9 movie
But
series.
you do
was,
realize that number 6 was actually it was fan made.
It was created by a fan. It was written
didn't
by a
know that.
fan.
Because in number
Okay.
5, when they originally introduced the Man in Black, they had no idea what the fuck they were doing with him.
Yeah, it was
That's
a French
sad.
director they brought in.
They didn't know.
And he did. What it was he made the
Dude.
movie? And if you notice, the Man in Black has nothing to do with the rest of the movie, right?
At all.
Not
he's
in
just,
5, no.
He's just
No.
there. In
Aside
5,
from-
he's just
except
there.
for the end, except
and
for
I
the end.
understood why they would do that because they were trying to come up with this lore to explain
Yeah, well,
why
what
Michael was doing what he was doing.
Yeah, they were all thorny.
What what happened was the director said he saw this movie, he made this movie, and it sucked. And he needed something to make
Yeah.
it. He needed mystery to make it interesting. So he added the Man in Black to make it to give you some kind of intrigue.
5 was probably the most disappointing movie
Oh,
5 was
I
definitely.
think I have ever
Resurrection is
seen.
my worst.
Out of any franchise
Actually, it's not, sir.
out of any franchise I have ever watched, and I watched every Nightmare on Elm Street movie last month. Number 5 was the most disappointing movie I have ever watched.
No, I can't say that.
I can't.
I can't.
There's a Friday. You haven't watched all the Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you watched
Oh
all the
no,
Friday the 13th?
not Friday the 13th. I'm sorry.
You watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
Elm Street, not Friday the 13th.
When they made Freddy really jokey, I got really upset and aggravated.
I wasn't mad at that.
Yeah, but there's a Friday the 13th movie where Jason's not even in it.
That's a fucking thing that happened.
I mean,
He's
well,
the essence that goes into other people's bodies and they kill people. And he possesses them.
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
that's a
I'd
thing.
be mad at that.
That's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
But 5, I was just, it was so disappointing.
You had some of the
coming from
worst
4.
fucking characters
Now,
ever
because
involved.
you say that, but-
you know what? Later we're going to talk about our least favorite characters as an entire franchise, and 5 is going to be yours.
Oh, yeah.
man.
100%.
So wait,
Oh.
but at the same time, there are moments in 5 that we talk about regularly.
That's true.
Cookie Woman.
Yeah.
Cookie Michael.
Yeah.
What?
That was man, look, Jamie, I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
4 was awesome to me. It was
fuck
the
Tina.
4 was the best.
Yes.
4 was
And
good.
I mean, y'all might disagree with me.
4 is
Y'all
rated
up
up there.
there.
Y'all might
It's up there.
I
Four is
know y'all
definitely up
probably
there.
disagree with me as opposed to number 1, and I get it.
Yeah. Part of it's nostalgia for
And I'm
us.
not
Yeah,
mad.
I
Yeah,
think so.
right. But 4, when I got to 4 and I watched it, I was like, holy shit.
4 was so much fun.
This movie franchise is about to take the best turn.
And it didn't.
4,
And then when 5 started and it never got to
No,
that
And I've
point.
never recovered from those blue balls.
yeah.
I've never recovered. It's just a constant.
Well, you
ache.
say that until 2018.
I'm kind of mad at y'all.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 2018. There was.
You got the orgasm in 2018.
was all over the screen.
2018, bruh.
It was all over the screen.
2018. I watched all these movies, like I said, from
Yeah.
Monday to now, which was Friday. Now it's Saturday because we're filming really late at night.
Yeah.
But when all through the movies, I'm with my wife and I'm like, hey, I'm watching these movies. No, I'm good. 2018 came on. I'm like, you gonna come watch this? No, I'll watch it another time. I put it on, and within 5 minutes, she came in the room and she just couldn't stop watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we sat down on, and
So I
we
guess
just
you're right.
watched
That's
it all.
that's when my blue balls subsided.
And
I actually yelled out
I was
Sartain.
so
It was great.
amazed. I was so amazed with how they wrote 2018. Oh man, it was so great.
It's what I've been waiting for since I was a fucking teenager.
Like
Yeah.
Absolutely.
everything about it
Was perfect.
was so
right.
perfect.
We're gonna we need to transition on to best aftermath kills.
Best
And I've already told y'all mine because you talked me down, and it was on-screen kills. My best Aftermath is absolutely the cop in the patrol car in 2018 where he's dressed up as Jack-o'-lantern with his police flashlight glowing his eyes and everything.
Okay.
Fantastic. That is absolutely my favorite, hands down.
That was crazy. That was really good.
Fucking great, dude.
I was amazed with that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
Oddly enough, and other people may disagree,
I probably will.
but my favorite Aftermath kill was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh,
Was
which
the ice skate in his face.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was the perfect way to do it. If I had seen him stuff that in his face, it would not have been as impactful as that woman walking in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And when I saw it, I was like, oh.
Let's not forget the dislodged jaw of the mechanic in 2018 also. They had
really
some.
Can I go with two?
And 2018, the
Which
thing
one
was...
two? The Aftermath?
No, can I go with two of them?
You're going to go two of them?
Yeah.
You're being greedy.
All right.
It's a tie.
You're being greedy.
Okay. It's okay.
He's being greedy.
One for the aesthetics, one for just how much time went into it.
Okay.
The first one, as far as aesthetics, the nurse in 2 that he put the IV in and let bleed out on the floor.
Oh, yeah. That was time consuming.
That was clever.
It really was.
No, that's what that was just aesthetics because you open the door and you just see the red floor.
That was more time consuming.
That was one of the reasons.
Although she would have passed out and bled out.
That was one of the reasons why I say Michael Myers is not
Also,
dumb.
I'm voting for her for best titties of the franchise.
He knew, like...
What?
The nurse? I'm voting for her.
Not the
part
same
2.
nurse. Different nurse.
Really?
No, the blonde nurse from 2. I'm voting for her for best titties of the franchise.
Titty,
Really?
titty.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Best titties. The nurse from 2. That was great.
We'll talk
Either
about that
her
in a
or
bit.
Linda from 1. They're pretty neck and
those
neck.
are perfect.
Those are
Yeah.
pretty. See anything like you, goddamn.
I remember
right.
But
It's been a few years since I saw one, and I still remember that.
aesthetically, I have to say the head nurse from 2 that he bled out on the
They
floor.
only bled out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That
a
was a
really
good
cool
one.
I get
because
that.
she's completely clean in
Yeah.
her white uniform with the blood just covering the floor.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, that's pretty fucking intense.
But it showed how sadistic
Time
he is.
consuming
too.
wise,
Oh, I know where you're going.
attic in 5.
Yes. All the fucking candles. Jesus, Mary and
Candles
Joseph.
everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Rachel's dead in the corner, and he has a coffin set up for Jamie in the side.
He lit all those candles.
He lit all those candles.
One by one.
I could just see Michael just.
One by one.
One by one, he lit the
Knowing
candles.
what was gonna
He's
happen.
like, bro, this is gonna be so fucking great when they come up here and see shit. I swear to God, they're gonna lose their shit
Like
when
he's
they walk
Jigsaw over here like I'm setting a
The
trap.
best part is he set all this up while there's cops downstairs.
up here. Yeah. Nobody checked the attic. He's
Can we
upstairs lighting
say,
candles. He's
can
like,
I just say the cops in all of these movies
they're incompetent.
suck
They're all incompetent.
so bad. Like
except
bad.
for your boy in 2018.
2018, when he was a returning
Hawkins.
character. Hawkins was great.
Yeah, Hawkins, I mean,
He hit him. He saw him. He said, fuck this. This
Yeah.
isn't happening again. I'm going to hit you with my goddamn car.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck you.
Like
No,
I said, we had one
liked
job
him.
that night. We had one job that
Man,
we failed.
when the doctor killed him.
night. Okay, we're going to do it in a second.
We're going to get to Sartain. We're going to get to Sartain.
Okay, so that's our favorite kill.
I was mad.
We're going to get to Sartain.
Oh,
Well, you were
do it.
mad? Oh,
I was mad.
we're going to
Look,
argue.
Look, no.
Let's get to Sartain now. Fuck it. Let's go.
Okay,
get
let's
we're
do
going
it.
to argue about Sartain.
Sartain.
What's wrong with Sartain? Sartain was a
I didn't
great
say anything was
addition.
wrong with it.
Why did he make you so mad?
Because he killed Hawkins. I was angry that he killed that Hawkins.
Because
I was angry
That's
because of
it.
the
That's
character
it.
that he fucking killed. I understand why he did what he did.
I was impressed. Don't get me wrong. I was so impressed with the writing on that.
Thank you.
Fucking
Because
fantastic. It really was.
like Loomis, and I mean I love Dr. Loomis.
Everyone did. He was
Dr.
a fucking,
Loomis
he was
was
a lovable character.
I mean, he was a great character.
Yeah.
yeah.
Despite
absolutely.
inconsistencies in his face.
Well,
Well, he explained he had surgery.
Yeah, there were surgery.
Okay.
There were things that were going
Fair
on. there.
enough. But Sartain coming in saying he was a protege and
Yeah.
then sympathizing with Michael.
Oh, he idolized Michael. I truly feel he
But the
idolized
cool thing about it, as far as writing
Uh-huh.
was they gave clues, but not enough.
No, if
I
you,
called it.
if
It
you
wasn't-
watch back,
it was clues that were like, "Oh shit,
I
he
will-
doesn't
I
want him
will
to die
attest to
because he
that.
wants to keep studying him."
Yeah.
I will attest to that because he even makes a comment about that Dr. Loomis was the only one that saw him in the wild. Jay actually
Yeah.
called that from Jump Street because we watched it together the first time.
We watched it in the theaters. I called it.
Yeah,
that
he
he
did.
was behind him.
But
getting
when
out.
he
did.
took that scalpel out and killed the cop,
I understand why.
I was like, I was still shocked because they didn't give quite enough to
but
give
look,
that
as
vibe.
a fucking director and a
loved it.
moviegoer, you got to understand
it.
that was a fucking shock that everybody needed. That
I
kinda
loved
jolted
it.
them
I
back.
was angry, but when you watch a horror movie, you want to be angry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't know if that
I
makes
agree with
sense,
that.
but you want to be angry with the
And it's-
kills.
it's-
I
I
hate.
really thought you were about to talk about him putting on Michael's mask.
No. Well,
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with
I
he
was
wanted
okay
to
with
know.
no.
He
I
wanted
was
to
okay
understand.
with him putting Michael's mask on. What I wasn't okay with was him taking it off.
You think that once he put it on, he
He
should have just
should have
embodied
kept-
that? You think that Michael should
Michael
either
should
kill
have
him and
took it back.
take it back?
Okay, so to me, if you're going to be studying someone, you've studied everything that they had to offer personally, and then you take their mask, you take Michael Myers' mask, which is an embodiment of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
You put it on, you would think that a doctor, because he's looking at this from a clinical point of view, from a scientific
He
point of
wants
view,
to study. Yeah.
he should have killed someone with the mask on.
Okay.
To
get that.
I
feel
get that.
exactly what Michael felt. That never happened, so it disappointed me.
Understandably,
I
think
have
he
a
wanted-
rebuttal.
I think he wanted to feel the power of the mask.
I think
Yes.
he got swept up in it when he stabbed him, and so he put the mask on just to get that,
And I get that, man.
kind of like Joe Biden smelling somebody's hair.
Ah, is that lavender?
I get it.
But
Yeah.
I think he immediately took the mask back off and threw it in because he knew it wasn't for him. He wanted to see Michael go against Laurie.
Yeah,
Right.
And
he wanted to
without
study
the mask,
Michael.
it would not have counted.
And I get it. No, and I understand that. But I just, if you're like I said, if you're looking at it from a scientific point of view, I think that he would have wanted to kill someone with the mask on to see if it made a difference.
I agree.
I
Is
agree
all
with that.
I'm
but
saying. That's the only thing that I had a problem with.
as far as a study, I sincerely think that he just wants to see Michael in an uncontrolled environment.
There were actually two
and that
things.
was where he was going with it.
There were two things I had a problem with in 2018. Not a big problem.
Okay.
But one was the mask issue. Was because I think that if he put the mask on, he should have kept it on until he killed somebody with it.
Yeah.
Until
Then
Michael
take the
took it
mask
back
off.
from him.
Right. Two was the tactical stuff towards the end of the movie in the house. There were some things that I didn't quite
Which, at the
understand.
same time, for me, the way I looked at it, she's a civilian.
Yeah,
And
she's
yeah,
not.
I get it.
She's doing her best from all the books she's reading and
She's
stuff
doing-
that she's
Yeah.
trying to learn.
Right.
She's going there.
Yeah.
And I get it. But she had, what, 2018, to
40 years.
So 40 years.
Dude, in 40 years, she turned into Laurie McAllister. You leave her
And
alone.
she was badass.
She was great.
Okay.
That
so,
one
Jamie Lee
thing,
Curtis was amazing in
and
this movie.
I can't remember because, like I said, I've seen all the movies back to back for 5 days. But there was one particular thing I remember watching, and I want to say she walked out into a hall and she didn't check one corner before she checked another or something like that. I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Adrenaline rush. And
Adrenaline.
That was it.
She's
That was
getting
literally,
tunnel vision. She's just trying to hunt down this motherfucker.
There were everything else in the movie. I was like, this is so realistic. This
Also,
is
at
great.
that point, when she goes and she doesn't clear that fucking corner, she's following the blood trail that Michael has left for her. So she's trying just to get to where he is as quickly as she can to end this, because her goal is, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. That's it. I'm done running. I'm done being scared.
And I get it. And I can forgive it because of the fact that she built this fortress.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I would have thought of this. I don't know if anyone else, some of y'all might, but like when she had the gates that came
I
down
love that.
Okay.
in the fucking thresholds,
we
I was
talked
like,
about that.
I want
this
that.
is so great. I want
Yeah,
this for
it's
my
fucking
house.
amazing.
Right? I said that.
It's fucking amazing. We had that in the 2018
Like,
review.
fuck
we did.
the
We talked about
armory.
it.
First thing I'm doing in my house is putting down gates in
Yeah.
the thresholds.
Okay,
This is so
Shut
perfect.
up, bitch. You're in
And
timeout.
that was one of the cool things was that she would clear a section of the house and then shut a gate.
Yeah.
So she
I
knows
was like, man, that is good.
he's not going
Yep,
into an
that's
area I've already
perfect.
secured.
I
I've secured
get it.
this area. You're good.
So,
Yes.
all right, we're 43 minutes in.
She's
I
disabling
mean,
a spawn
fuck
kill.
time, bro. Let's just have a conversation.
Let's do this.
Oh,
Let's
what,
do
are we
this.
doing? What are we doing? You're holding
Let's-
your hands out like you're grabbing some boobs.
Yeah, I wish. Let's start our rankings.
right,
and
you
we'll
wanna
talk
go-
about each movie as we go.
Shit.
All right, we're
Okay.
going to start our rankings. Did you?
So,
all right.
last,
Absolutely last.
Last?
Absolutely last.
Number 5.
Number 5.
I have Resurrection.
You have number 8.
What? Resurrection.
Yes. Because
or
Eve-
number 5.
Yes, because
I
for
mean, I-
me, here's my argument about this. At least in 5, he was Michael. Michael, what? Yeah. At least in 5, he was still Michael. In Resurrection, he was a bitch.
I get that. He was kind of a bitch. at
Was
some
he
points.
though?
Yeah.
In
I mean,
Resurrection,
besides, okay, so I can.
he got kung fu'd by somebody who learned kung fu from watching fucking Chung Lee movies.
Oh,
They
Freddie
still didn't
boy,
get
you done
killed.
did it again. He still got kung fu out a goddamn window.
Yeah, he still got kung
Yeah, but
fu.
they've established throughout the entirety of the series that even though he can't be killed, he can still be hurt.
He can still get. He's got his ass whipped by somebody who learned karate from TV.
Yeah. And like essentially self-trained fucking Freddy.
I get it. I get it. But
Dangertainment.
when I look at worst to best, I look at rewatchable.
And not just that, I look at cast.
Yeah.
The cast in this sucked, dude.
It was bad. It was really
Yeah.
bad. There wasn't anybody.
I'll concede to that.
The
Was
main
there
chick-
anybody
I'll
that you
concede to
gave a
that.
shit about in that entire movie?
Fuck no.
And look, I'm ranking 5 with you. I'm on 5
The
with
main
last.
character
Five-
was almost a pedophile.
That's fucking true. That's a real thing that
That
fucking
Decker
happened.
kid was in high school.
Yeah. And she was in college.
I mean, I wouldn't call him a pedophile.
No, not her.
She was.
She was a pedophile.
I wouldn't call her a pedophile. She didn't
She's
even know who it
I-
was. She
I
never
know.
saw him.
She's potentially a pedophile.
Yeah.
That's what everybody thinks until they walk into this room and it's like, sit down. We need to have a talk.
Yeah, but this movie was made before catfishing was a real thing.
Catfish has always
Catch a
been a real
Predator
thing.
was there.
It's always been real. It just wasn't mentioned
to catch
ever
a- to catch
before
a-
what, like 2010?
To catch a predator was definitely a thing.
What was your
at that time.
boy's name?
I couldn't think of his name.
Chris.
Chris something. I don't know.
All right.
Anyways, that and like even you girls.
I'm not trying to defend it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but your girl screams. They had to put in audio for her screams because she couldn't scream in real life.
Yeah. And there's a couple of points in the movie where
I'm
you
not
actually
trying to
can't tell
defend.
that.
Back to the pedophile thing, though, real quick.
Oh, we're gonna touch on pedophiles.
I
'Cause they
know,
touch on
but
everybody.
I'm just saying, like, it's not like a 5-year-old is trying to
No,
catch
I
a
know.
predator online. It was a freshman in high school.
Well, I mean,
trying to,
dating is really tough for 10-year-old girls online. Every time she meets a new guy, they wind up in jail.
Yeah,
God,
It's really tough for them.
but no,
shut up, Ross.
That's my worst one, man. It's just the way
5
Michael.
is-
I
Five is my
understand.
worst.
I understand your opinion, Jay. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that
all right.
5 is the worst.
I get
to me.
5 is worse.
I get 5 being
I
my
would
worst.
rewatch Resurrection.
Put it to you this way.
I
was
would not
glad,
rewatch 5.
I was glad when everyone in 5 died.
All but Rachel,
All but okay.
Which
I'll
one
give
was
you-
Rachel?
I'll give you Rachel.
the blonde from 4.
Yeah, the blonde from 4 that was taking care
Oh,
of Jamie Lloyd.
yeah.
She was a big
Yeah,
sister.
That died 20 minutes
made
into
me-
5?
Yeah,
she died
that
immediately.
disappointed me.
Other than
You're
Rachel,
right, you're right.
everybody in that movie, I was like, I don't care if you
And look,
die.
by the way, because you know we score our videos 0 to 50.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
because
we're
we're
assholes.
assholes.
I actually have scores in my phone of everything.
Well,
There's
son
only
of a
2
bitch.
points different from me between the two of those.
Really?
I scored Resurrection with a 20 and H5 was a 22.
Hold
I
on.
scored Resurrection with a 27 and 5 with a
20s.
25.
20s. Hold on. Let me
I
get my
scored
scores.
Halloween
up here.
5 is at a 25 and Resurrection is a 27. Halloween 5 was horrible.
I was
hate
so
it.
disappointed.
I'm not
I
watching
scored
it again.
Halloween 5 as a 13.
Jesus Christ. That's rough. That's rough. It's so bad, I can't even find the clip of Mikey yelling in the car.
I scored 5
I
as
can't
a
even
13.
find that online.
I actually scored Resurrection as a 26.
Okay. I
And-
scored
and I'm gonna
Resurrection
say
at the
this
27.
because the way I look at it is 0 to 50, so 25 would be midline.
Be a 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 26, I scored it because I would rewatch it if it was on TV and I was bored.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
my thing. Was like I would rewatch this movie. Number
I
5,
guess so.
I will never rewatch. It's not gonna happen.
I'm not
You
rewatching
could
5.
pay me.
You say that, but we would rewatch it to fuck around and joke about.
We will. We probably find some more shit that we hate.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. I would watch it with y'all.
I've watched
That's
Zombievers
fair.
4 times.
I like
love
watching
zombies.
it. I like watching it.
Ross,
to
you
see-
introduced me to Zombievers, and I
It's
still don't
fantastic.
regret it. It was
It's
amazing.
fantastic.
I loved it.
I love.
Great job. Watch it, guys.
Can I make the argument why I like 5 sometimes?
What do you
Why?
like about 5?
What could you possibly like about 5?
One, Loomis. Loomis is cuckoo.
He's fucking crazy.
That was
in
one of
5.
my complaints about
He's
5.
fucking crazy.
Was
know,
that
and
like
I
4?
love it.
He
Here was-
lost his shit.
Yeah.
So
When he's
Loomis-
shaking a child.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He shook
Loomis
he shook
was
a kid.
his best in 4.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I loved Loomis in 4.
I like
And
Loomis
to
in 1.
transfer from.
Well, he was good in
Well,
1.
yeah, but Loomis in 4 was like, man, he knew what he was talking
If
about.
you keep hitting
Yeah.
the table,
He
I'm
was
going to throw this light bulb at
realistic.
you.
He was great. But 5, man, he was cuckoo.
He was.
cuckoo.
I love it.
And I couldn't stand
was
it.
crazy, man.
I
I love it.
not.
Jamie.
It was the transition, man.
Jamie!
If Loomis had been crazier in 6,
In 5, there's no reason he wasn't taken into police custody for harassing Jamie Lee.
Right. He made you stab
bruh,
your
the moment he shook
bruh.
Jamie.
Yeah.
He needs to go to www.don'tshakeyourbaby.com. Like, that's a site, by the way. If you guys want to look that up, that's a real fucking
Please
thing.
don't shake your babies.
Don't shake your baby.
I think we talked about that in the podcast.
It may be tempting, but don't do
There's
it.
two things you don't shake.
What if she won't stop crying?
There's two things you don't shake.
Still don't do it.
Kids and loaded weapons.
Yeah, let's not shake
You
them.
don't shake them.
Okay, so
but when he's going, Jamie, he made you stab your mother. Your stepmother. Your mother. She stabbed you.
did he?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I know it's established that he was like controlling.
Well, we'll talk
her.
about that when we get to 4.
Okay. We do. What's second to best? Second to worst.
Second
I'm
to
sorry.
worst?
Second to
I got
worst.
5.
I got 8. I got 8.
8. Which one's 8?
Resurrection.
Resurrection. I got Resurrection and 5.
Yeah, so
Flip flopped on yours.
Man,
He's really struggling with this. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
no, it's just y'all gonna be pissed off.
Oh, we're about to throw some shit at him.
I would say 2.
2's my next one.
No, two's
my third to worst.
I'd
No.
say 2, and my reason why
2's a little bit
is
further up.
2 was boring.
Boring. I said that during the review.
It's not that it was a bad movie.
I think that 2 would have been better had they actually not shown just the aftermath, but shown the kills that were going on. 2 would have been
I
so
think
much
2 would
better.
have been better if
See, and
most of
that's
the
one
movie
of-
wasn't just Michael walking down a hall.
He walked down the hall a lot.
I think that
Like a lot.
2 would have been better if it wasn't just in a hospital.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like the hospital thing.
But I like the hospital
I
theme.
liked the hospital thing. I
I
really
think it
enjoyed
would have been
it.
better if there had been more people in the
I'm
hospital.
torn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my problem. Right?
It's the emptiest
not that
hospital in
it-
history.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
There's
rephrase
nobody
that.
there.
It's not that it was only in a hospital. It's that it was unrealistic of a hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was empty enough that he could take her to her his
The
secret pleasure
lights-
room. Like,
the-
it was that
The
fucking empty.
lights were off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lights are never
Okay,
off in a
this
hospital.
is also 81.
I don't care.
And I don't
It's
think,
also 81.
and I think it was initially wasn't supposed to be a full hospital. It's more of a clinic than a
Yeah,
hospital.
I don't think
There
it
were
was-
aspects of 2 I liked.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed too.
But-
However, it's going to be one of my next ones up.
But as a
Yeah.
whole, 2 was horrible to me.
Yeah.
You like 2 on the whole?
I did not.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
So for me, it's 5 and then 2 as far as
I'm
worst.
just making sure.
Yeah. I'm going 5 as my second to
I
worst.
still like second to worst. Like, it still doesn't beat 5. I mean, I'd rather watch the Casey Anthony trial again before I watch 5. I did. I'm not gonna watch it again.
I'll never watch 5 again unless it was with y'all and we decided we were gonna get drunk and like.
All right, so he's but 2
Bullshit.
second to
And here's
worst.
the crazy part. Like I have 2 as my third to worst,
Okay.
but it's
2
one that I watch every year.
2 is actually my
You watch
fourth,
it every year?
my fourth to worst.
And you know,
because I
here's
would
my
actually
thing,
watch
though.
2, and that's another thing because I watch it so frequently. 2 is actually going to be my number 4 from worst. The next one you might throw something
Okay,
at me.
so
I'm fine.
so here's my thing with 2 though is that maybe, just maybe, if I watched 1 and 2 at the same time, I would like it better.
at the same
Yeah.
damn time. Like, you mean like simultaneously or back to back?
Like back to back.
Because if you put them both together and compare them, it's not going to be pretty. Just saying.
God.
No, but
It's
if
gonna be
I
horrible.
watch them almost as one movie.
Although
There-
between the two
it
of them,
might
you will
be
see about 3 sets of
better.
titties.
Yeah.
So
But with 2, real quick though, before we move on, I'd
Yes.
like to say that 2, the thing with her being his sister.
That's where
that's
you get
where
introduced to that.
it started going,
So,
taking its downfall.
I'm
it really did.
well. Here's my thing though. I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Present it correctly.
Yeah.
The position of Michael Myers was not supposed to be that he had any motive
What
for doing it. What made him scary was that he had no motive. He was just a crazy person that was killing motherfuckers.
He's a crazy
no,
person.
He's
though,
a crazy person.
Here's the thing.
You stay
is
away
if-
from him.
Is if he had the motive of wanting to kill his family, I'm okay with that as a movie.
Yeah.
But
It's the fact that the only thing we have to connect him to her is her dreaming of it.
Yeah.
yeah, and see, that's
my
where we get that
problem.
first.
And here's
interest.
the
Even
thing,
if a nurse would have came out and been like, "I found the file,"
Yeah, and that's the whole thing.
I'd have been better with it.
You never see
I
her
hope she
reaction
wouldn't
to
say it like
knowing.
that, but yeah.
no, but you know what I mean. Like,
I
Switch
said
the
that-
samples.
even if it would have been a last minute, like, "Oh my God, Dr. Loomis, I found this file,"
Yeah.
and Laurie Strode is actually his sister.
Yeah.
He's just trying to kill his entire family.
Yeah.
I'd have been better
Yeah.
with that rather than
I
her
didn't
dreaming
like
it
it.
and realizing, "Oh my God, it's my brother."
And
Oh
I
my
said that
God.
I said that during the review that we did. You never see a scene of her finding out that he's her brother.
No, it's just implied.
No, and I love that about 2018.
As
By
far
the
as
way,
her.
is that they mentioned right off
address
the
it.
bat,
They-
like, "Hey, that was just a rumor. He's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
actually her brother."
They addressed it and kind of dismissed it
All
just as
right,
quickly, and it
we
was
got
gone
that.
with it, which it should have been gone. All right, so we're going with third to worst.
No, that's fourth to
Third.
worst.
Fourth. No,
wait. Hold
we're
on.
at third.
5.
That was
and
our
then
second to worst.
Mine was 5 and 2. So now
Okay.
we're on third.
Yeah, for me it's H2.
H2?
Really?
Yeah, third to worst.
See, and I enjoyed H2O.
H2O
Hey,
is
no,
my third to worst.
H2.
No,
Halloween
he's
2.
talking about Halloween 2.
Okay.
I'm going
Okay.
H2O, which is 7. I think
Really?
H2O is going to be my third to worst.
My third to worst is Resurrection.
Really? Damn,
Yeah.
is that high up on the list? I really didn't think that. H2O is definitely like.
Well,
it was such a cookie cutter.
my thing was
fucking-
I would watch Resurrection again. If it came on TV and I was bored, I would watch it again.
What?
It wasn't bad.
I mean,
It wasn't a bad movie. It was just bad for the lore.
if I
Yeah.
get bored, I'll watch women do yoga on TV till I fall asleep. I'm not gonna fucking rate it.
Well, that'd be like
Don't
number
say
3 on
just
the
when
list.
you're
but-
bored, ho. We both know that.
Oh, if I'm not bored, I have a smartphone. I'll look some shit up. I don't need to watch
But
TV.
what I'm saying is like, it's still rewatchable.
Yeah.
5 and 2, as far as I'm concerned, at this moment, right now, I would not watch
You're
again.
just completely done with them.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from on that.
But
You're dead to me.
Resurrection,
For me-
although I am angry about the first 20 minutes
You're
of the
dead to
movie,
me.
Resurrection is still rewatchable.
H2O lost a
It's a
lot of
solid
my fucking
horror movie.
respect whenever she decapitated him at the end.
I was
But
good
it
with it.
wasn't him. And that's what redeemed it
That-
for me.
No, and you see,
No,
not for me.
I fucking
I
hated
think
it.
it's the other way around.
I hated
It was better for me when it was really Michael.
No.
It was better when it was really Michael.
I'm going to tell you why. Because all the movies up till then, Michael could not be killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
When he got pinned between between the van and the tree, my first thought was he is Michael Myers. He is so strong he can take his arms
and he'll finagle
and
his way out
push
of there.
himself out. We have seen him do feats of
Crazy
strength
shit.
worse than that.
Yeah.
When he reached out for her, it was unbelievable to me. I was like, man, this is really ruining the lore
Yeah.
of Michael Myers. And then when Resurrection came along and you see that it wasn't Michael Myers in actuality, it made me have a sigh of relief.
I didn't care for it because Michael Myers is not going to be a bitch. Who's
Michael
gonna beg
Myers
for-
deserves-
He's not going to beg for mercy at the end of his life. He's going to
No,
look you in the
exactly.
eye and spit on you and say,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, kill me, bitch."
Exactly. And that was my thing
Him
with
being
Resurrection.
decapitated at the end with H2O, it did a number for me. I didn't care for it.
get
H2O
that.
bothered me because they tried to go Scream with it.
It was a screenplay.
Yeah.
It was complete. It was done on the fight. It
But-
wasn't even Haddonfield.
But what redeems H2O for me was the story.
Yeah, I like
Throughout the movie,
I'll
not
be honest.
the end.
The
was
last,
okay.
the last
It
20
had a-
minutes when she grabs that axe and starts screaming for Michael. Michael!
What?
Okay, fuck you.
The story of her with a
Look.
child who was brought up with her paranoia made sense to me.
They did a great job in 2018 with that. I think
Yes,
that is how
100%.
a mother would fucking react.
Although I like the idea of you have two movies that show two alternate ways of dealing with the issue.
It's like the MCU at this point.
You have
what's happening.
No, because you have
But-
one way of embracing it in 2018
Yeah.
and denying it in H2O.
I get that. I think
Yeah.
that's awesome. I think that's a
You
good
know?
idea.
I just liked H2O for the story part.
It was
of it.
cookie cutter. It
Not
had one of the
not
lowest
end.
kill
You know
counts.
they
It was,
even took Scream's soundtrack.
dude. It
But it
was
still kept my attention.
it was a cookie cutter movie. It had a very small kill count. It had like 9 different fucking masks.
Yeah.
It had Michael Myers do some really ridiculous shit. How the fuck did he get on top of that table without her hearing? There's no way he climbed on that table without her hearing.
But-
how did
But
you?
you got LL Cool J.
How did you? Which was the first time?
I liked Hello Cool J
Nice.
in the movie.
Yeah,
I'm just
voluptuous
saying.
Voluptuous round melon breast.
Yeah.
That
And he
was
did
funny.
not fucking Michael Myers out of a fucking living room or out of a fucking house. But it had a bunch of different fucking masks. All of the
Hey, let me get a beer, Jim.
Tell me right now. If I will change my mind right now and I will push this one further up on the list. What was your favorite kill from H2O? Favorite kill, not Michael Myers. Favorite kill.
Okay, so I watched it.
That was one of his favorite kills with the boyfriend, he said.
Yeah. Not just that, though.
I don't think that was that impressive of a fucking kill. It was okay. It was
After-
great.
Oh, and one of my
So,
favorite
hey,
aftermaths.
So Aftermath
Which was
was when
Aftermath?
old girl had to climb into the elevator thing.
Oh, no, my...
And she had to climb
for that.
She had to climb into her an elevator with
know
her
what?
dead boyfriend's body.
Samara
you know
Weaving
how
did it
much
better.
psychotic bullcrap you'd have to go through after that?
I'm just saying.
As far as aftermaths, I like the idea when Josh Hartnett turns on the fucking light and the light bulb comes on inside her torso.
Ooh.
Oh, the hanging from the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah,
That was good too.
Yeah.
Both of that
me,
was
yes,
two
it had
kills.
the-
The whole kill count of that fucking movie was what, 5 people?
And look, you're entitled to your
It
opinion.
was one of the
Ross.
lower fucking kills.
Was it-
I
was
am.
it
I'm
even
sticking to
5?
my opinion. I don't even think
I
it was that
understand.
fucking high.
I understand, but
Cookie cutter movie.
Who
Shitty
died
mask.
next? The boyfriend
horrible-
died.
to me, it was the psychological aspect.
Jumanji boy and his
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah. One of the lowest kill counts of the
I
franchise.
think it was 3 people.
They did have some
Of
decent
what?
kids.
In H2O?
Yeah.
How many people died in
No,
H2O?
you had how many people died?
Yeah. What's the kill count? H2O.
You had Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Jumanji boy.
You counting that? All right.
You had
the nurse.
old girl's boyfriend that was in the elevator thing
Yeah,
that she had to
the
crawl
nursing house.
into. She
Jumanji
actually she died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boy Laurie's boyfriend.
Oh yeah, he did die.
Yeah, Laurie's boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
And that
he
was
did
it.
Five.
That was it.
5 people.
That's
I
5.
think
I was
my
right. I
thing-
was dead on.
Well,
5 people.
here's my thing with H2O though, is that you're stuck in a school that already had a field trip gone. It made sense.
Yeah.
The kill count was low, you're right, but psychologically and evaluating
Okay, well, I want you to write a horror movie where I'm quarantined at home because of COVID-19 and somebody comes and slashes me, and that's the whole fucking movie.
But then again-
Just because it's justified does not mean it makes a great movie.
Was
And
the
I
one with
already
Dick-
know what you're going with the deaf girl. You're talking
Yeah.
about that one guy. That was a built-up tension for how long? That was a very well-done fucking movie.
Yeah, but
Phone
horror
booth.
movies aren't defined by how many
Fuck
kills they have.
phone booth. But your creativeness and the type of kills and the number of kills you have, the mask.
Saw
every
was 2
fucking
dudes
thing.
in a room with a
I know
dead
this
guy.
is an unpopular opinion, but I love the Babadook. Y'all didn't like it a whole
Yeah,
lot.
fuck that kid.
They had no
You
kill
can
counts in
fuck
that
off with
movie.
the Babadook.
Y'all they had no kill counts in the movie. I still
Well,
enjoy
I
it.
love. He hates Cabin in the Woods, and they literally killed everybody.
Who hates Cabin in the Woods?
He hates
I
Cabin.
don't,
in
I
the Woods.
don't hate it. I just
All right.
don't care for
Oh,
it.
you hate it.
I liked
You
it.
know it.
Fourth to worst.
Second, H2.
H2O.
Fourth to worst. So I did 5, 2, Resurrection.
Resurrection.
Man, y'all gonna be pissed off with me.
Michael Myers is not a
Bitch, if you say one, I'm going to stab you.
if you say one, we might kick you off the podcast. You can't be one.
I gotta say 1.
You're kidding me.
Let me tell you.
You put
why.
H2O
You
before
put
you
one.
wow.
I enjoyed H2O.
Wow.
I did not enjoy 1. I'm gonna tell you why. It's
Okay,
because it
well, we're
wasn't
gonna go off-
nostalgic for me.
We're gonna go off on a tangent of the fact that this is one of the precursors and iconic movies ever to be fucking
listen,
made.
listen.
Not
Before-
even that. One was great, not because you know how I am. I'm the first person to tell you. Just because a movie,
Just because it's the original does not
that
mean
means
it's the best movie in the franchise. I agree
Nightmare
with
on
that.
Elm Street
I agree with that.
3 is better than 1.
Okay.
See, I disagree with
I
you on
under-
that, but
I-
I do understand that there are sequels that surpass
Yeah,
the
I
originals.
understand.
But this was a
why y'all
pioneer.
feel so strongly about it. I get it, but
This
y'all
is a
were
pioneer.
young when y'all watched it. I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for you, production value means more than almost.
Well, not just that, but the
This is
fact
a
of the
low
matter
budget film.
was, it was made in '78. The production value did have something to do with it, but it was also just the fact that, to me, at the time, now I didn't rewatch it.
Yeah.
I will rewatch it probably within the next few weeks and see if my opinion has changed.
Oh, you fucking better.
And I
Yeah.
will, but
We may go inside and make you watch it tonight.
You might not go to sleep tonight. You realize how much of a pioneer this movie was. The
no,
only
I
two
completely understand that.
the
Ross.
slasher
I
timeline
get it.
literally goes from Psycho to Texas Chainsaw
We're
Massacre
talking
to Halloween.
We're talking
Yeah.
about my
60,
personal.
74, 78.
We're talking about my personal opinion
Your
of what
personal
was the
opinion
most
sucks.
interesting. We're talking about what was interesting to me,
Okay.
not what
Fair
I
point.
understand.
I get you.
We're not-
understand that it was pioneering,
Absolutely.
but when I watched it, it was boring to me
Yeah.
because of the fact that the movie starts and almost ends within 20 minutes of the movie was when all the action was, which is
Yeah.
most Halloween movies, which I
Okay.
didn't know at the time.
Yeah, that's a very fair.
But it was
assessment.
all just this bull crap about high school drama from then until the 20 minutes before the movie ends.
They were trying to
Yeah.
make you fall in love with the characters.
and
which was
yes, that's understandable.
that
And
was
now
the
that I've
focus of
seen
it.
2018, I can appreciate that, but I still didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll take it that.
And a lot of it
I'm
is
not trying
building,
to piss y'all off, but that's just what it
understand
was.
I'm not pissed off. We
That's
really
what
don't
it.
give a
I
shit.
know.
We're
I know
gonna
y'all
talk-
just fucking with me.
We're gonna talk shit, but I don't care.
That was my opinion of it. Being a 20-something-year-old watching
Your
this movie
opinion
for the
sucks.
first time.
No, and I honestly think when you go back and rewatch it again, though,
And I might enjoy it now that I've seen all the
Yeah.
movies, and I'll go back
Because-
and, be like,
And
oh,
I
shit,
will
Michael
see-
Myers was the shit.
I will
then.
see my point to where the fact that 2018 was very close to surpassing the original.
oh, very
It
close.
was very fucking
Okay.
close.
Very
It was
close.
really close. I'll
And I
give you
get
that.
it.
It's one of those instances
But like I
where
said-
the movie is almost more about the stalk than the kill.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
And I get that.
And
but
it
like I
ran
This
said,
is like
attention
Mufasa teaching Simba to pounce on his prey.
when you watch something as
This
an
is exactly what
adult
this
that
is.
most people find nostalgic, like with The Matrix and my wife, she watched The Matrix and was like, "Oh, I've seen this a million times in other movies, but this
Yeah.
was the first movie to do it."
Mike
Yeah.
was just the opposite
So-
of Mufasa. He's like, all the shadowed area, that's mine. It's
So
all mine.
Halloween was the first slasher movie to do this, but
Yeah.
I had seen this trope so many times that it was just
Oh,
so
yeah, 'cause
boring
it
to me
was-
when I watched
Yeah.
it.
I get that. I do get that.
It is what it is, and I mean it sucks. I didn't watch it when I was
honestly,
a child
yeah.
or when I was a teenager to appreciate
If you'd
the
watched it
horror
closer to its original release date, you would have seen that this would have been the first one where you see a lot of those
Right.
horror tropes, and you would have probably rated it a lot higher.
Right.
All right, where are we going after that?
So the next one is number 4 from the top. So the 4th best Halloween movie.
of it. Fourth best.
I'm
Okay,
going number
so-
4.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going H6. Halloween 6.
Yeah, he's going 6.
Okay, so what I got left? I got
I think you and I have 4 and 6 flip flop.
4. I got 6. I got H2O and 2018. Right?
You're
Yeah.
so over the goddamn board. I don't know what you have left. You might as well throw in a Texas Chainsaw
H2O.
movie.
H2O.
I'd say
H2O?
H2O.
I'm saying H6.
I'd say there was no water at H2O at all. The entire fucking movie. I waited for him to bust a fire.
I'd say
hydrant the whole fucking
H2O.
movie.
It was still a solid horror movie to me.
And it was. I can't.
It really was.
I mean, I
It
really
was a
can't
solid
fucking
horror
shit on
movie.
that
It
much.
kept me engaged. It kept me. There was times where I did feel genuine nervousness for some of the characters.
Okay.
And
you're
I enjoyed
putting-
the story.
You're putting 6 above 4?
Ooh,
I am.
Oh, I can't, dude.
I am.
no,
I
bruh.
really can't.
I am.
No.
Oh, you put 1 last round. Shut up.
No, that's fair, but
Shut up,
I
Todd.
just for me, I mean, 4 was
Yeah,
so
personally.
enjoyable to me.
Personal opinion, 6 just
I
it
enjoyed
was.
4.
If not for the mask, 4 would be one of the best.
I'm telling
ones
you
in the
right now,
series.
if there was some of the aspects from 6 that were incorporated in 4, 4 would have been my runaway.
To me, 6.
It would have been my runaway grade.
6 was so. It was good up
I enjoyed
until
6.
the last 20 minutes.
yeah.
And the last 20 minutes, I'm not going to say ruined the movie. It just ruined Michael Myers.
And here's my problem. Here's my one problem with 4,
Okay.
and it's my reason I put 2 all the way towards the bottom. 2 and 4 is where you really get introduced to Zombie Myers. I call him,
Yeah.
where he
I get
doesn't
that.
like
His
one,
typical
he's
movements
fluid.
are different.
And
Zombie man.
even in H2O,
See, but-
he's fluid. In 2018, he's fluid. In 2, 4, and 5, you get Robot Myers. He walks like this. You know what I mean? He just he stays
I get that his-
upright.
And
his
what I've
lyrics were
noticed,
different. I
and what
enjoyed
I've
the fucking
noticed in
storyline
all
of
of
it,
the
though.
credits was someone different plays Michael Myers through most of the series.
Yeah,
And they
Yeah,
all
you
have
have
a
a couple
different.
of returning, but a lot of them's different people.
Yeah, and they all have a different interpretation of how Michael Myers would move because he never runs.
no,
He never chases necessarily. He
doesn't.
chases, but he
doesn't.
doesn't
Rob
chase.
Zombie's version.
Well,
Does he run Rob Zombies?
He tackles her off
well,
the fucking balcony.
Oh, he
we'll
does,
talk
yeah.
about
He
that at another time.
sprints. Motherfucker.
But he never moves fast.
His mom was also
So-
a stripper.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. That happened.
By
He
each-
had to move fast.
Yeah. By each person who plays him, they just maybe interpreted him
But,
different.
but
I
you
get
see it in from 2 and throughout the entire Curse of Thorn series, though, because
Yeah.
even in 6, he has a bit of that robotic.
He
nature to
does.
him.
He really does. I think
And
he was
it's
very
one thing
menacing.
that I take away.
I
from the
think that in
series.
6 you saw a lot more, away from the roboticness. In 6 you saw a lot of fucking rage.
Yeah, that's one of the things I loved
enjoyed
about
That's
it.
what I liked
I
about
enjoy the
6.
fucking
Yeah, you're
rage
right.
where he had that human emotion. It was like, fuck, I'm just gonna like beat this thing until I can get through and fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like
But I
that
think
rage.
you and I have 4 and 6 flip flops, correct?
Yeah, we have 4 and 6.
You
So-
have 6 as the third best.
Yeah, my next one up's going to be 6.
Yeah.
Your next one
so
up's going to be 4.
Here's the reason why I love 4 the most.
Fuck 4.
4.
I'm just kidding.
4 is the most Halloween feeling Halloween.
It's the Halloweeniest.
Yeah.
It makes you think about fall.
Okay.
The opening.
That's a fair fucking.
The fields and the scarecrow
Yeah.
and the pumpkins. It gets you in
Not
that
just
fall
that, it
feel.
I mean,
showed-
there was a
it showed
scarecrow in a
more-
Batman movie. I didn't
It
think
showed
about
more of the town
Yeah.
And you
during
got to see
Halloween.
you got to see Haddonfield.
You got to see Haddonfield in the Halloween spirit
You also get
before
Rachel.
it got ruined.
Rachel was one of the most appealable characters.
You also get
After you
cops
see
it.
do it by the book.
Cops do it by the book. And the worst player of all time.
Yeah. You got busted.
Dude, he
Trick or
sucks.
treating.
He was horrible. You knew that she was.
It's some of the worst cops ever. Dude,
Yeah.
when the bad guy rides there in your car.
There's an issue there. You didn't check the back seat of your patrol car.
Now,
Yeah, I remember that.
I gotta
and
say,
then he
that was-
left
that
the
was pretty
fucking
bad.
door open. How'd he get out?
yeah,
Well, aren't cop cars locked from the back? Isn't that a big thing?
I think so.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've never been in a cop car
I think
recently.
I wrote that in my notes. That how did
He
he
got out.
escape the cop car?
I'm
Here's
not saying I've been in the cop car. I admit to nothing, but I'm pretty sure that when you're in the back seat, they don't want you to
I'm
get
pretty
out.
sure the child locks are on.
Yeah,
One thing-
they don't want you to get out. That's a big part of it.
One thing I love about 4 though is the chase, the main chase scene, because you always get in Halloween, you get the main chase scene.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
H2O, it's him
the,
and Laurie.
the prey predator bullshit.
Yeah.
with the
Ooh,
stalk.
And H2O with him and Lori was really good.
Yeah, oh yeah, it
I
was
enjoyed
fantastic.
that.
That was good.
But
Not
in
gonna
this one, when he's after Rachel and Jamie and they're going across the roof,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. That was a good
really
fucking scene.
good.
that's one of the best
was
chase scenes.
really
in
It
the
was a
fucking
very,
franchise.
very tense
Really
scene.
good.
It was. I can't take away from that. It was
And
a
if
really
not for the fucking mask in this movie, it would probably be up
he
there.
always looked surprised.
I
He
enjoyed
did.
4, man.
Oh.
I really enjoyed
That was a good
4.
movie.
It's
I'm
the
not.
surprise
I love
finger in
him.
the butt mask.
I'm not just going. Whoa. Why does this guy have 2 hands on my shoulders? It's supposed to be a prostate exam.
Yeah.
What are
It's-
you doing,
It's,
sir?
it's a dog. Is the dog checking stuff out when you're having
What
sex?
are you doing, sir?
You're
I know
getting
I
a
look
cold
like-
nose.
Yeah.
I know I look like Mariah Carey, but I'm not. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
That mask just always looks surprised. Pull up the Halloween 4 mask.
All right, I shall.
Yeah, just I kept waiting for him to report to Captain Kirk. Or Captain Picard, I'm sorry.
Picard, sir. Excuse me.
Picard.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Data.
Oh,
Data's
yeah,
on,
Data. Yeah.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
That's in movie. I want to see in movie.
What motherfucker? What is going on here?
Yeah, that was in 5.
Yeah, that's
That was 5.
Yeah, the blonde.
yeah.
You had the blonde
What
hair
was the
mask.
deal with that? Why was he blonde?
Eminem was really popular around that time.
Shut up, Ross.
Highlights were like.
Here's what
a
happened
thing,
while Ross finds that. Oh, that's it right there.
That's it right
Boom.
here.
Boom.
Boom,
I
boom,
wondered
boom.
that through the entire movie.
Okay, so with 5,
This motherfucker had time to dye his hair through the franchise.
No, when they ordered the masks, right?
There was no ginger, Michael.
They, for some reason,
Ordered
the
the
order got.
mask. They should have had extras.
Well, they did when they ordered the whole bulk
Yeah.
set of masks.
Yeah, they did.
They all came in with blonde hair for some reason, and they didn't have enough time to reorder them, so they just dyed all. They dyed a couple of the mask hair,
Somebody forgot to check a box, and I hope they got fired.
and at first they were like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna run with this,"
Yeah.
and they did that one scene, and nobody went back and edited it.
yeah, and they
It was noticeable.
It was very
And
noticeable.
even though
for
it's
sure.
what they
Fucking
thought was it was such a
One
quick
scene, I'm pretty sure I noticed it a few times.
No, it was just the one scene. When he
You
throws-
sure?
When he throws lumens through the window.
Then
Yeah,
some of the scenes, they must have not dyed it correctly because it looked.
it might have been
blonde.
dyed to different levels to where
Yeah.
they didn't all come out
Some
the same
of the
exact color.
different scenes look
But you
blonde.
could, and that's one of my biggest hated things in this fucking franchise is the inconsistency with the mask.
Yeah.
Over and over and
See,
over
but
again.
Halloween
Jesus
4.
Christ.
Okay, so
Here's
here's
the
my
thing, from 4 to 5, and
Well,
yeah,
hold on, because Halloween 4, you see him take a brand new mask from the store.
yeah, and that's why I didn't
So I
mind 4.
understood
Okay.
it. That wasn't actually my pet peeve with that. The blonde shit, yes.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been blonde.
But as far as the new look of the mask, I understood because
said
he
that in our
took
review.
the mask from the store.
I get that.
So it was brand
And
new.
at that point, he was just looking for whatever was closest to what he was looking
and
for.
5, I
He's
made,
lucky he found the same mask.
Yeah, I can't find this.
and in
fucking
5, I
mask.
made the argument was if you ever have one of those masks and you get it wet, what happens to them when they degrade so bad once they're wet? That in 5, when you go from 4 to 5, when he floated down the lazy river,
Yeah.
that and it just hung up for a year.
Yeah.
that it
would've.
may have degraded
The
to that point.
discoloration.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't
Sure.
excuse him from not tucking the motherfucker in.
He did not the entire. He was popping his
He
collar
did
with his
not.
fucking mask. Like that was a thing that happened. He was like, "Fine, I'm not going to tuck it in." He was like that kid at school when they started with the fucking uniforms and just rebelled. He's still not tucking this shirt in.
Second best.
Fuck you. Second best is 2018.
Me too.
It's right there.
2018.
Second best is 4.
Okay, I agree
Okay,
with that.
I think we've
I
talked
can see
about
where you're coming
four.
with that.
I like it.
2018
I really
for me
don't.
is second
To me.
best.
2018.
And look,
And I'm gonna
that's
tell you,
because
it
only
was-
because
it was-
let's do this. You got 2018 as your best, right?
oh yeah.
You got. We both have the.
we both
original.
have the original as our Beth.
Yeah.
Beth.
And I've already been through the original and my reason why.
And here's
but
the thing for me. To me, almost the original and 2018 are almost interchangeable.
They're neck and neck, dude.
Because when we scored,
telling you,
I scored Halloween with a 50 and 2018 with a 49.
And it was a
I didn't
hard
even
call to
score
record. It was a,
2018 on my phone.
It was a very
I
hard
finished
score.
it and I was just like, this was amazing.
It's
I
amazing.
scored at
I
like a
fucking loved it.
48, 49. I don't know, but it was
yeah.
as far as
it
a
was
horror
amazing.
movie's concerned, I'd say it was the perfect horror movie.
had
led me
Donald
looking
Pleasance
so
been
much
alive
forward.
to be in 2018, I'd have scored it at 53.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
If you
get
would have had that.
I get that.
I think that this
was
has
just
got
so
me
good,
so
man.
excited for the reboot of this franchise being done the right way it needs to
Yes.
be done, and I'm so excited for Halloween Kills, which got pushed back, of course.
Dude,
but
the music and here's the thing. One of the things that the biggest thing Halloween has to have is the soundtrack.
well, if you remember
the score.
the
Oh,
original
they did
score, and
perfect with that soundtrack.
the
on
original
2018.
score in Halloween when John Carpenter was doing screen tests and all this other shit, people were covering their ears and they said, "Well, it's not a scare if you don't have the music."
Yeah, well,
Because that- the
he
fucking-
showed it originally to somebody without the music,
Doom.
and they said this movie's just not scary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he put the music in and then rescreened it, and they said, "Oh my God, this is terrifying."
and he
I
had
wouldn't
people that
even-
would cover in their fucking ears, and he would tell them
Yeah.
that that's
I
the
wouldn't
reason
even
why.
say 2018 was good because of the scariness. I
No.
would say 2018 was good because of the realism.
Yeah,
The fact that
Yeah,
Laurie
they did-
Strode
they
was
did do
so traumatized,
yeah.
Which would be a real thing.
which would be a real thing.
Yeah,
That
absolutely
she,
real.
but the fact that she didn't get traumatized to the point where she was unfunctionable. She got traumatized in the way of she was preparing,
Yeah,
and I
She had-
love that
she was
because
me.
how often do you see that
she was me.
in a movie? Yeah, right.
She has PMS.
But how often?
She has
how
post-Michael
often,
stress. That's what happened. That's exactly what the fuck happened.
how often do you see that in a movie?
And it rode her all the way to menopause.
Normally in a
This-
horror
it's-
movie, especially.
It's something we normally bitch about.
Yeah.
But this one is
In a
great.
horror movie, especially, 9 times out of 10, if they make further movies from the main character who was quote unquote traumatized,
Yeah,
they're in a hospital,
Yeah,
typically.
you know, and everyone thinks they're crazy. This bitch got an armory,
Yeah.
made an entire cellar,
And
a bunker, a
all
fucking
the exposition, dude.
in and out the island was
Yeah.
my favorite part. I think of the entire movie was the fact that she made an
daughter
island
was a
go
Karen.
back and forth.
Her daughter was a Karen. Laura losing Karen,
was a
the
Karen.
exposition of her losing Karen because of her being neurotic and trying to train
Yeah.
her and do all these things to prepare her for the real world. It was such a real fucking
And the
touch of that.
potential relationship with her granddaughter.
And
Yeah.
her
I loved that.
Jamie Lee
extra.
Curtis being as neurotic as she was, where they imply that she was an alcoholic at
but
points.
then it
and
comes full circle at the end.
yeah.
Not just that, they calling her neurotic and shit like that, but it was legit.
Yeah,
Like this dude, I
she
mean,
was.
look,
I mean,
she shot
she
him
was
in the face and he didn't die.
I'd be a little disturbed. I
A
would
little
think.
bit.
So we all understand why we scored each one.
I
like
think
did.
we get why we ranked each one where we did, and I think we're
Oh,
all
yeah.
comfortable with that.
Definitely.
most hated characters.
Tina,
Tina.
Tina.
I fucking
Can we all
hate
agree
her.
on that?
Tina,
Oh,
sucked.
yeah.
I was so
I
happy
could
when
not
she could have
stand
died
that bitch.
sooner.
Yeah, she could have died slower.
She could have died really painfully, and I'd have been
Could
okay
have died
with
before her boyfriend.
it. Yeah,
At least that. Give me that.
she could have got pregnant by a boyfriend and died, killing a future Tina in the process. I would have been okay with
She
it.
annoyed Michael so much, he didn't even kill her. He dropped her off.
That happened. He was like,
Like,
"Bro,
just go.
I don't
just
even.
get away from
I don't
me.
even want to anymore."
Yeah,
Just get away from me.
bro. She has to be the worst character ever.
Oh, she's up there. Not the
She
worst
was
character
bad.
ever, but in this franchise, absolutely.
Yeah, not ever in any movie, but in the Halloween franchise, yeah.
She's
she's
up there
close.
with the wife from Children of the Corn.
She's up there with the wife of Children of the Corn. The
Yeah.
wife from Children of the Corn, I was so fucking ready for her to die. But Tina's right there.
Tina,
she's
I'll be honest
aggravating.
with
Jamie Lloyd just spent a extended period of time not talking to anybody, being completely
And she said your
traumatized.
name.
She said your name, and she wants you to stay with her. No, I'm going to go get fucked by my boyfriend, Mikey.
in a creepy barn.
Yeah,
She deserved it.
you deserve to die.
Like, look, Jamie has at that point been proven to be somewhat reliable on her visions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All she had to do was listen.
Cookie woman.
All she
Cookie
had to do
woman.
was listen.
Yeah.
Stop
I don't know if
thinking
I-
with your vagina.
I wouldn't.
That doesn't happen.
I don't know if
often.
I wouldn't hate her more. I mean, if I wouldn't hate her less, if it wasn't for the fact that they replaced Rachel with her.
Yeah, because see, Rachel was such a likable character, and they
Yeah.
replaced her with Tina, and it just kind of irked my fucking nerves
That
until I was
was-
ready for her to die.
Man,
Todd's dying over there.
I am.
What
It's
person?
probably like 2:00 in the morning right now.
What person made that decision?
219.
Holy crap.
What person made a decision that Tina was better than Rachel?
I don't think it was so much a decision that Tina was better than Rachel. I think it was just that
I don't know.
Halloween is one of those series that everyone just has to die.
I guess so. Was Harvey Weinstein involved in this
I
production?
mean, Jamie,
Fuck. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, you
Son
went
of a
there.
bitch.
Jesus Christ. I mean, what
Even
happened?
Jamie died in H2O. And I wasn't.
No.
Oh,
I didn't like
Resurrection.
that.
She died in Resurrection.
No, she died in H2O.
No,
Jamie died.
H6. Halloween 6. Curse.
Halloween 6.
He throws in the harvester thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm
H2O, she
misunderstood
never
you. Yeah.
existed.
H2O,
Yeah,
she
I'm
was
sorry. Yeah,
never
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah.
And then
Number 6.
Resurrection, Laurie Strode died.
Yeah.
Number 6, yeah.
Yeah.
You said Jamie. I immediately thought Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm like, no, she fucking
No.
didn't. No, she didn't.
No.
Jamie, the
Yeah, no, Jamie Lloyd. I get it. Dude, Tina could just fuck off.
Yeah.
Completely. She didn't have to be a part of the
Tina needed
series
to
at all.
die.
Tina could fuck off.
Now, before we go, because we're really long now.
Little
yeah,
bit.
but it was fun.
Yeah. Favorite Loomis moment.
Favorite Loomis moment would absolutely 100% be whenever he was speaking with in the original. He's speaking with the people at the clinic. Just let them know exactly who escaped from here last night. When he's
yeah.
giving that fucking monologue.
He can't even drive. He's doing very well last night.
Yes. Someone gave him lessons.
Yeah.
I liked in
I love
H2O when he went back.
H2O?
H2O.
I'm sorry, H2O. It's number 6. Number 6
Oh,
when he
okay.
went back. I get confused with those two for some
no.
fucking reason.
I have
but
things I have to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
When he
Oh,
went
no.
back, I thought that was, as much as I was aggravated with it because I knew he was going to die, it was noble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I guess so. I don't know. My favorite moment was his monologue whenever he's trying to explain about
Michael.
who the fucking left out of here. Like, you have
No,
no idea.
I like the monologue to Sheriff Brackett when he's telling him in the Myers house.
Okay.
Where
Where he's talking about
he was a
there's no reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a 6-year-old boy with the darkest eyes, the blackest eyes.
The blackest eyes.
Yeah.
Without any even the most rudimentary sense of good or evil. You know what I mean?
That was a good. He had some good monologues.
Yeah,
throughout the series,
dude,
though.
he had
really
had a lot of good monologues. I like in 4 when he's like, you just made a mob. He's like, you don't have a police force, sheriff.
Yeah.
That was one of the cool
He
things
has some
about
good
number
ones.
4 was that they actually had a mob.
Yeah, shot an innocent man.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
but at the
By
same
the way,
time,
what is up with all
that
these
was
motherfuckers
realistic.
that live in a fucking town where a guy in this certain mask is killing people and they think it's fun to dress up and fuck with the police?
Yeah.
You don't do
Yeah, I
that.
don't know.
Good way to get shot.
That's a great way to get
What's
shot.
up with these motherfuckers that think they're a badass vigilante posse and don't realize the motherfuckers climbing into the back of their truck?
Yeah, they sucked. I don't know how they got away with that. The incompetent fucking police, including the ones in, was it 5 with...
Yeah. Oh, God. But look, in 4, he climbs into the bed of the truck and fights with 2 different men.
Nobody notices.
I gotta go, guys.
He's
I
like,
gotta
hey,
pee.
All right.
hang on.
Go pee real quick.
Go
We'll keep
pee.
talking.
We'll vamp.
I feel when shit rolls around in the bed of my truck just driving down the highway.
You would think that he would feel somebody fighting some grown-ass men in the back of a fucking
Yeah.
truck. Not to mention, the men in the back of the truck don't even fucking realize because
No.
nobody takes a shot at this motherfucker while he's in the bed of the truck fighting his friends.
Yeah. And they're just one at a time.
Yeah.
Is there an episode of Walking Texas
Some
Ranger?
Chuck Norris. Oh, you got me. You beat me to it. Some Chuck Norris shit.
Yes.
Where I'm not going to attack this crowd all at once. I'm going to one at a time until they dwindle down to nothing, and I'm going to come out victorious.
You ever seen that video of what was the other 80s guy? Steven Seagal.
Oh God, Steven Seagal.
When he's showing the benefits of Aikido.
Oh yeah,
And it's like
unfortunately
he's attacked by 17 men, and they all come at him one at a time, and he just throws them to the side.
Of course, you got to go one at a time. It's fair. It's the only fair way to fight. It's the only fair way to fight.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Now imagine he's up against like 6 Freddys from Dangertainment.
Yeah. Oh.
That would have been fantastic. I would have seen like a bunch of fucking kicks from all over the place. He'd have got hit with a Hadouken and knocked off the fucking screen. His mask would have flew off, and Sartain would have jumped in from the fucking universe from Doctor Strange, picked that bitch up, and started killing motherfuckers.
He'd have fucked them all up and be like, "Oh, Freddy boy,
Oh, Freddy boy, you done did it this time. You smooth son of a bitch, you." He was great.
Oh shit, my Chung Lee.
Oh. It's fucking fantastic. I think that on the whole, the entire series is it's just one of those ones that I'm just gonna keep fucking going back to.
Oh, every year, multiple times a year.
We're knocking on Halloween night right now.
It's Halloween.
Well, it is.
It is officially Halloween.
2-something in the morning. Happy Halloween, guys. We have been podcasting throughout the midnight.
Yeah.
Going straight through. Happy Halloween, guys.
Yeah, happy Halloween, man.
And if you're gonna have a Halloween, you cannot have a Halloween without watching the Halloween franchise.
Absolutely.
The babysitter slasher, the fucking Babysitter Killings, the original, one of the fucking pioneers of the industry.
One of the things I like about Halloween too, though, is the idea where the franchise is almost a pick your own adventure.
Because you can watch it from multiple perspectives. You can go from 1 straight to 18. You can go from 1 to 2, and from 2, I want to say you could have to skip 3.
Yeah.
But you can go from 1, 2 to 3, or you can go from 1, 2 to 4.
Yeah.
And kind of jump around, and then you can go from 1 to 2 to 7.
Yeah.
Which is H2O, and you can kind of mix and match and kind of pick which lore you're trying to go into.
Yeah, which one you prefer. Like I know people who prefer the Thorn trilogy.
And see, I never did. I didn't really care for the whole aspect of the Thorn. I didn't really care for the tattooed cult and the leadership.
There
and
are
all
some people who prefer the brother-sister angle, so they'll do 1, 2, and H2O.
I didn't really care for the brother-sister angle. I never did. I thought the whole purpose of it was
all of them because I'm such a Halloween fan. I was talking about while you were out that Halloween's kind of one of those that's like a pick your own adventure series.
Yeah.
So you can do like 1 and 2. 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah.
1 through 6.
Yeah.
Or you can just do 1, 2, and H2O.
Yeah.
Or you can do 1 in 2018.
I like the one in 2018.
I think that's
I prefer.
That's the best.
That's the way that I go with
to
it.
me, it's the best because I think he's scarier without the sibling angle.
The brother sister aspect. I think that it worked better without it.
I like the Thorn curse.
And you see, we talked about some people prefer.
I was okay with it. I think it was a bad execution.
I liked the idea of it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way that it played out.
I think it was a bad execution.
Yeah,
but it was a good idea.
No, I get that.
I had so many things run through my mind about a bad execution. I really did. I was like, God, you know what? I wish I had a bad execution.
Nearly headless Nick.
Yeah. Jesus
now,
Christ.
Speaking of executions and people getting their head cut off, Resurrection may have been ranked higher for me if I could have saw Katie Sackhoff topless.
Oh, yeah. I think that would have been some great
it was close.
titties.
It was close.
Yeah.
We had a lot of titties in this franchise.
Not as many as you would think there would have been, though.
I'm pretty sure I have a note somewhere. There was a
because I'm pretty sure if you stack it up against like
Friday the 13th is not touching it.
Oh,
there's titties everywhere in Friday the 13th franchise. But I mean, the original directors were porn directors and shit.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it comes with the territory.
Until you give Rob Zombie the reins.
Yeah, and then you could have a rape and a fucking stripper.
Yeah, full frontal.
I was waiting for fucking Ash Williams to bust into the door. Like, would you stop this? It's not needed.
Well,
anymore.
At one point that was considered like a Freddy versus Jason versus Michael versus Ash.
There is a Freddy versus Jason versus Ash comic book. That is actually available. That's actually a thing that came into fruition after the Freddy versus Jason, where they wanted to do the Freddy versus Jason versus Pinhead in the sequel, but there was disruptions with the rights and all that shit, so they kind of had to bounce back and forth. But they did do a graphic novel with Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, which I think will be fucking amazing. I don't, however, think that I can see Michael Myers interacting directly with some other horror characters. I think it would have to be indirectly as.
Yeah, because Michael's the only one who's not supernatural.
I don't think I could see him.
I could see that actually.
See him with who? Who would he indirectly? Anybody that he would directly interact with?
Maybe
I don't
Ash.
Think, Ash might be.
I could see.
Ash might be one of the only fucking candidates in that
No,
story.
not necessarily. I could act now, not necessarily Michael Myers himself, but I could actually see Freddy Krueger intruding Laurie Strode's nightmares.
Oh,
I could see that. I would be okay with that fucking concept.
Yeah.
Because that would almost be like I'm not okay awake or I'm not okay asleep. But they kind of already approached that angle in Freddy vs. Jason when they originally did
Well,
it.
no, like what I'm saying is
And
like
see-
have a movie where you think it's a Michael Myers movie the entire time, and then at the very end you realize that it was
it's
Freddy
Freddy
Krueger.
dressed up as Michael in her dreams.
Right.
I could see that kind of playing on her ultimate
And
fear.
I mean, would it be cheap? Yeah, but it would be
Yeah.
really cool.
that would be a cheap thrill that I would actually fucking enjoy. Though. And
Nightmare in Haddonfield.
right, I enjoy some
Exactly.
cheap thrills.
And then maybe like at the end you see Freddy Krueger's like glove, but it's actually made of butcher knives.
Ah,
I could see that.
That'd be
would-
really
would-
cool.
But as far as having Michael Myers directly interacting with another horror icon,
I don't see it
I
working.
couldn't see it working out. They have a fan film. There's a couple of them online, actually. One of them
versus
that was good.
Jason?
It was Michael versus Jason. It was okay. However, my only takeaway from that would be your interactions between Michael and Jason is nothing more but just brute force action,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is good for what it is.
But Michael was never meant to be a brute force guy.
And
he's
Jason-
that, he's
and
that
he's
finesse
subtle.
guy.
In
Yeah.
a real life scenario, Jason Voorhees is fucking Michael Myers up.
Jason's a juggernaut. Michael is a stalker.
He's a tactician.
But I
Michael's
mean, then
more of a
there's the whole
tactician.
thing where he constantly just continues to fight, even though,
Yeah.
no matter how much he's hit with.
It's like I don't. It's Michael's just such a tactician, and Jason is just such a. I'm just gonna run through this fucking wall. And I don't see it being to where it will be an interesting aspect because you can't really equate either one of them on intelligence because there's not going to be any conversation between them. It's just going to be what you perceive from the outside, and it's always going to be subjective.
Yeah.
So you'll never be able to roll it. All right. I think we're pretty much wrapped up on our Halloween
we're
franchise.
good.
I think
so,
we've
guys.
did enough.
I
think
hope y'all enjoyed it,
bored
guys.
y'all
This,
to death. I
this
know
is gonna be our longest fucking podcast so far.
it was so long that we had
Nice.
somebody have to take a pee break.
Yeah.
But it's apt for Halloween. It's
I think
Halloween.
so.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
guys.
Halloween, guys!
Happy
It is
Halloween.
Halloween for us
Fucking
now
Halloween.
too.
We're hopped
right.
up on fucking whiskey and shit.
That's
so.
it. We're drinking. We're having fun. We hope y'all having a happy Halloween. Staying safe. Enjoying y'all night.
If you run into a large guy and he's like 6'9" and he's wearing a fucking white mask and a
away.
mechanic uniform, run the fuck away.
Yeah.
Just go in the house.
Just run.
Just remember, guys, y'all can find us
Don't
at YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Pandora, iTunes, TuneIn, Google Play Podcast, Spotify, and Amazon Music Podcast.
We be everywhere.
Make sure if you're listening to us anywhere where you don't have an option to comment, find us at CajunHorrorFans@gmail.com. Drop us a
Yeah.
line, ask questions, and make comments.
Talk some shit.
Yep.
We want to
And-
hear some discussion. We want to hear what you guys think. How do you rank the fucking Halloween franchises?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And also make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. If you listen to us on one platform, please go across platforms and like, follow us there. Also, it just raises our numbers and helps other people find us.
Yeah, we're platform fluid.
Want to thank Todd for coming out and having fun with us.
Absolutely.
Woo!
Thank you, sir.
Hopefully, many more after this.
I think that we're going to have to ask him back for the Friday the 13th one.
I
really
think
do.
we will. Cause
I'm down.
You haven't watched it
Nope.
yet. So
No,
we'll
so
watch it.
I've only watched the first one.
We'll get another fresh take on a franchise that's been around for a while and something that we can actually use a fresh opinion on.
That's it.
I'm
I like
down.
that.
I think that would be fun. And we'll end with a Michael.
What?